easily manipulated. She's easily messed with, and she will completely change her character into someone that is not her at all to appease the people around her. Does that make sense? Like she's not a club
Oh,
girl, but she'll go clubbing.
100%. Yeah.
She's not a she's not a party chick, but she'll go partying. She's not a bad person, but she'll do bad shit, and it's just to appease other people and make them happy with her. And it's such a bad people pleasing disability because she's been. I think it's because she's been doing it for so long. So it's just like ridiculous.
My children's mother would let ex, my first children's mother, I should say. I don't know how to explain it. I have two children's mothers. So, anyways, my first one, um, she let her friends convince her to do a lot of bad things when we were younger, because she was my high school sweetheart, and it's pretty annoying.
Yeah. So see,
She
so
was
I'm a good
supposed to be
person now,
pure,
so I
man.
can't do the bad stuff that I used to do to get rid of her problems. But yeah, no, like she's just around terrible people, and it's making her a terrible person because she's so. Most people who are narcissists because they're weak. Like I don't mean that in a mean way. It's just if you're so off that you don't have a backbone, right? You're not the kind of person who can be a independent person. You're a codependent existence across the board in every way. That's okay, but you shouldn't be in environments where you have those weaknesses, right? So I think she's doing the best she can, but she's in a place with people who are terrible people, and because she doesn't have the ability to stand up for herself and her principles, she just suffers every time she goes there. So it's not that so I don't hate her for it. I don't count it against her too much. I just get very annoyed because she's weak. Like I don't get mad at her to the point where I'm like, "Whoa, I hate you because blah blah blah." I just know what she is, and I wish she wasn't sometimes. I cannot get a kill. I did shoot this guy in his ankles. I've got no health left. But yeah, so it just kind of is what it is. But I doubt we'll end up. We might honestly break up from this. If we do, again, see, so I feel a lot worse for her than I do for myself. I know that sounds maybe like douchebaggery, but like,
Well, you gotta worry about your own happiness too after a certain point.
yeah, well, no, no, no. So that's not even what it is. So happiness is easy as hell. I wake up happy every day. I'm amazing. Um, being not pissed off and annoyed is all that is becoming annoying. But at the
Well,
same
I get what
time,
you're
right?
saying, because you're saying you're waking up with a full glass, but someone's taking from your
Right,
glass.
right. She takes from it every day. So you get what I'm
And
saying.
you're supposed to be sharing, like,
Right, right. We're
stuff.
supposed to be helping each other out. So yeah, so it does get really, really annoying because I have to deal with this shit like every time she goes home. She just it's impossible for her to go to her parents or her families and not become a completely shitty person in every way. And that's annoying. But other than that, I'm good as far as like I still love her and shit. So if she can fix herself, cool. As long as she's not like fucking other dudes, I'll get over the rest of it eventually. Um, but it's just real, real annoying because she's like still weak, and it's just how it is. It's never gonna change. She'll never be a strong person. I don't see that happening. If she was going to be a strong person, she would have already done that by now. But yeah, we live in a world where most weak people become bad people because they're constantly unable to adjust to character. They're always going to just fall into whoever's the worst influence because they want them to like them. So she has that problem. But no, I do love her very much, and I hope she figures it out so she doesn't completely lose me forever. But if she does, it's not really a big deal. I mean, it's a big deal for her. It's not a big deal for me. I'm I'm Jewish. I can program in like 9 languages. I can speak 2 fluently, 5 so-so, 9 kinda. Um, Pretty happy all the time. Finding women is not really a hard thing to make happen. So yeah, no, I'm pretty much all good with that. But if I ever get married, you're more than welcome to chill at my wedding.
Cool. What's it called? Sounds dope.
Yeah, yeah. And who knows? If I get married to somebody else, maybe my ex would be a good person by then, and then you can like be with my ex, and you'll be like, man, you were right. She is annoying. I'll be like, see,
Well, I want to earn the singing spot at your wedding because I heard you like to blow money so you can pay for my plane ticket over there.
that is true. Now, if I ever do get married and oil shares are off, I might just get married for fun instead. Like, not marry
Dope.
anyone, just my own wedding. And I'll just go up there on my own, and they'd be like, "Do you take you to be fucking awesome?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, I paid for this shit. Let's do it." And then like a bit of cake and shit. I'll do that. We can have a wedding. I don't need to get married. That might be a better idea.
You like rap music or no?
I like every kind of music that exists.
Oh, I really hope you like mine. I'm gonna show you a song of mine. I'm gonna tell you what it's called, and you can like play it in your
Unless it's
free time,
super
or you're gonna play it
depressing.
now.
So somebody did play to me once this like weird emo music that was all about like
Oh,
suicide stuff. That was weird.
no, this one's not depressing. It's pretty G. I do have sad songs, but I wouldn't call them depressing. Shit. Okay, so the
No,
song
no,
is
this
called
this was this was another level.
this song is called I'm Going Crazy. It's by Hayoka, my gamer tag Hayoka.
I think I just got like feedback by a female. I didn't even know that was a thing. She just kept slapping me. Is this a song that like you wrote?
Yeah,
Oh, very, very
I
cool.
wrote it, performed it. I didn't produce it. I have a producer. She's a wonderful gal. Her name's Katie Dwyer. She helps out local artists in their dreams to make their music sound better. I tried to produce my own music and it sounded awful.
Very cool. I have
So producing, you know what producing is, right? So that way I don't sound like
yeah, yeah.
people.
So
Okay.
I kind of do. I know enough to like
I
I've
record
seen.
my music in my own studio, but then she adds all the cool sounds and makes sure it's like in key and on time and everything's perfect. And then it
Okay.
sounds good on all mediums because every headphone is different.
Yeah, so my friend Ryan used to like own so he owned like a little singing studio. Music. I guess you go into the box with the headset on. I don't know what's going on. But he would after that he would like finish the tracks and stuff, so I think that's what producing is.
Oh yeah, where they like clean it up and then honestly I don't know the technical terms for it, but it's like coding like your realm, but like in
Yeah,
a
so
whole
I
other.
did some I think music production when I was like 11, but I don't think I knew it was music production, if that makes sense. So
Were you in
I
GarageBand? Oh wait, no, you're
um
older.
no. So PlayStation came out with this little thing where it had like all kinds of music notes in it, electrical keyboards, all this different stuff, and a voiceover and stuff. So I ended up making this song, and then I gave it to I don't remember this guy's name, but my brother used to like. So my brother was a singer, and he went to like Nashville to sing at like Carnegie Hall or some shit like that, and all this other different stuff. He was like very so he was born without a femoral artery, so he was super super sick when he was born. So my parents, my dad was like one of the top like nuclear engineers at the time, and he made a lot of money. So my parents kind of tried to, I think they tried to give him all of his dreams as quickly as they could in case his life didn't last that long. Because he was only supposed to live to be like 16. Um, so I think that's what that was. So he did like all the music stuff. Like he sung with like I think he sung with Billy Gilman once and stuff like that. Um, he just but he wasn't making money from it. My parents were like kind of funding his music career. It wasn't like it was returning income. So it was I think that was kind of like a personal gift from them to him
Sure.
because they were just sad about their son being. So I was around a lot of music stuff, so I ended up getting involved in just that one little song that I made on the PlayStation. They were like, "This is so cool," and then my parents tried to get me into it and were like, "You want to do more music?" And I was like, "Ah, I really like music." I
That
was
would have
like,
been so cool.
I
Wish
like
my
the
mom said
coding
that.
part. The coding part was cool. So then I started breaking into video games and making money that way.
When I was younger, I always wanted to work for a video game company of some kind because I was like, that'd be so cool to get paid to play games. But then, like, my brother, he was a really great artist, and I don't have anything that can benefit the gaming community. I'm no artist.
So I was kind of the same way. So I was like, very in that same kind of like thing where I was like, I want to kind of become a game designer and all this fun jazz. And then I wanted to do 3D movies for a while. And then when I actually got into game design, I ended up being like, casino games make so much money, and that became a thing. And then honestly, so like after all that, I kind of lost the urge to ever like try going for it again. Until now that I'm kind of making a little game on the side, but like even that, I'm not sure if I'll finish the project before I go into something else because like it's just not as interesting now. I think now the reason I'm not having any enjoyment out of doing it is it's easy. Like it's so easy. I mean, now that there's AI, like it's almost like you're 5 years old and you're playing like clip art. Like it doesn't have any joy behind it. It's so boring. So I'm like
Hmm.
looking into weapon design, I'm looking into mechanical engineering, but I'm kind of like away from game design simply for the fact that it's just so boring. It's kind of a disappointment. But yeah, that's
Do you,
kind of what I've noticed. So AI
do you
is
think
just
it's
kind of like taking the passion out of it, I guess.
you think it's possible to like what is that called? Make a unbreakdownable engine if you like
What
if
do you
you
mean?
if you like put the cylinder walls, make them out of gold because gold doesn't like, break down.
Like an actual engine?
Yeah, yeah, like an engine for a motor. Like I get annoyed that car motors and even like Lamborghinis or fancier cars, they break down. So why doesn't someone invent a motor that doesn't blow up? And I hear the cylinder walls, they warp from heat, and almost every car will have their cylinder walls heat eventually, and that's usually how cars die. Their engines overheat. So do you think like if you made the cylinder walls out of gold or maybe even platinum, it would make a forever car?
It might make it sustain longer. I don't know if you can. One, I don't know if you can make an engine that would last forever. And two, I feel like you don't want one that will, right? So this is
Well, I
kind of
mean,
the.
like a personal car, like if you own Lamborghini itself and you had a sports car as like as powerful as it is, it doesn't last that long. I hear 10,000 miles is a lot of miles on one.
Oh,
So
yeah,
then
yeah,
like
definitely, because you're going to be going. Well, I guess that
if you
would
made your
depend
own
on the
forever
driver,
car,
right? So, like, if you're driving it like at like 60 miles an hour or less, and you're going like really controlled and well, then you're probably fine for a long time. But at a regular amount, yeah, it's probably doesn't last very long. I'm not 100% sure because I don't even like driving, but the thing is, like with cars, is like any kind of technology, right? So when you build your technology, you really don't want to build something that's going to last forever. So it's not like
there's
a
like a rule,
watch
there's a word
or
for it. It's called a dang it, what the hell is that word for it called? It's like a timed expiration date thing. I can't remember, but it was invented after the light bulb was invented because the light bulbs was lasting too long,
Yeah, yeah. So
right?
you want to build your
Keep Josh.
things so that they only last for 6 months or less. And it's not so that so people are like, oh, it's so that you have to keep buying new ones. I was like, no, 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 because right. So instead of selling one light bulb for $1, right, you could sell a light bulb for $10,000, and people would be like, "Oh, it lasts your whole life." Okay, I understand. That's worth the investment, and they'd have that 10,000 light bulb inside of each room, and it would last your entire life, and no one would ever worry about light bulbs again. The reason you don't want to do it is because we're not a stagnant species, right? So like we're always evolving, we're always upgrading, and that means our ideas and our mind and all of the things we build that also is always upgrading. So if you build something that's going to last forever, that's really really cool, and it's okay to have one or two of those every now and then. And every now and then we actually
Oh, I
do.
didn't want that. Sorry, bastardly. I seen you
Oh no,
walk
you're
away from it.
solid. I don't think I was actually taking it. Yeah, just like I
Okay,
said.
cool.
I have shield bubbles if you want, those little gold things. I like 3 of them.
Oh, sure.
Because I won't get them off if I get murdered. So so you don't want it to last that long because you're going to create new technologies. You just will, and you want to be able to constantly implement those new technologies with your current technology. So you might need, 80% of the phone that you were just using, but you have 20% new. And if you upgrade all the other phones in 6 months, but that one lasts forever, well, now that one doesn't work with the new ones. And then 6 months later, you do the same thing, and now it works even less with the new ones. So it's cool to make that kind of stuff when you something for like security, like a bank thing or something like that, a crypto wallet. But when it
Yeah.
comes to continuously social technologies, gaming, phones, all that kind of stuff, you want it to deteriorate because people deteriorate. So if the
I have
thing
a
that was
question too
using
about
it,
gaming deteriorating. Does Fortnite deteriorate? Is that why certain guns and weapons don't work the way they should after a while?
you have to update things as you go along with it, yeah, and then holding all that inside of your servers is going to take up more energy, and that's going to create more heat. More, it's just not good. It's the same with like AI, right? So like AI is amazing, and I'm really happy we have AI because everybody who's like, "Oh, is it going to be bad?" or it's like maybe it's a technology. It's like any other technology,
Maybe.
right? Are we going to use it for bad? Then yes, it'll be bad. If we're going to use it for good, it'll be good. That's kind of how that works. It's not like AI is making us; we're making AI, and people are like, "Oh, well, we don't understand it at all." And it's like we understand it enough that we made it. So if we made it, then it'll probably be up to us if it becomes a good or evil thing. But it's the good that I can see from it, dude. Though in 20 years, you'll never have any human being ever have to sell their body again to the corn industry and destroy their psyche of a person. Because and they're like, wow, corn doesn't destroy everybody, and it's like, no, it doesn't, but it does destroy a lot of people. So we're not talking about the people that doesn't destroy. We're not talking about the people who are like, I love making this kind of adult content. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the other people who got into it and didn't know what they were getting into and ended up being a broken person so that somebody else could make a paycheck. That's what we're getting rid of. So like we won't have that anymore. We won't have Hollywood needed to do any kind of dangerous stuntman activities anymore. We won't have any kind of stuff that people are uncomfortable doing on stage because an AI model can just take over that part of the acting. Our teammates down or being attacked. Oh, you're here also. Yeah, so it's like it'll get rid of a lot of the bad. And then we won't, right? So they're like, oh, robots are going to replace factory workers. And it's like, you don't want that? Like, that's like if we got mad because we're like, machines are replacing slaves. No, this is good. That's what we want. What do you mean?
That's
Like,
what we
and they're like,
want.
right, like, nobody, when slavery was freed, like, everybody's like, oh, the president freed slavery. And it's like, no, he didn't. Tractors did. What do you mean? They only got rid of slaves when the tractors came along. Nobody was sitting there going, "Oh, we're torturing these poor people." Nobody right now is, going over to the Amazonian jungles and saving the poor kids inside of the Congos and the Amazons and Africa who are mining our cobalt for our cell phones every single day and dying from lung infections. But you know who will? Robots will. And then they'll go, oh my God, this is such a great president. Oh, the presidents of Africa. Oh, the presidents of the Congo. They're such kind. Oh, Trump is. And it's like, no, dude. People are kind. Everyone wants to help. Nobody wants slavery. I don't know who ever propagated that any human being wants slavery. It's a terrible, terrible thing that nobody wants to watch another person have to do ever. Slavery is not a choice. It's a thing that we have to do because we can't not have it right now. The second that we have robots, you know what we don't have to have? Slaves. We'll never need them again. I'm sorry, but stopping global slavery when there's currently 50 million slaves still being used every day, I think that's pretty much the best technology I've ever seen. So there's so much good that'll come out of it. The people who lose their jobs that are like,
Need
oh,
help.
oh, sorry, on my way.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good. It's just another game. I play so many of these. Good.
I'm on my way. I got your card.
Freaking slavery.
Yeah, no, like it'll be like it's
Those guys
going
with
to take away
hammers.
so many bad things. People who, yeah, the hammers are real painful. I think that's a sword. It must be a skin for the hammer.
That one punch man's just staring at you.
I know. He said, okay. Yeah,
Shut.
that was interesting. That's the thing. Um, like all the machines that replace our factory workers, and it's like, oh no, what do we do for money? And it's like, has nobody here seen Wally? You don't know what happens when everybody becomes an engineer and nobody needs to work with their back anymore. That's progress. Like you're angry there's progress, and then they're like, "Whoa, we're just gonna give people free money." I'm pretty sure if every job is being done across the entire planet and no one needs for anything, yeah, people will give you free money. At that point, nobody cares. Are you like what? People only need your money right now because somebody has to go work for that money and give the hours of their life. If no one's giving hours of their life anymore, besides when they want to be like a community help, and everybody's an engineer and a programmer and a lawyer and a doctor or just a chill person who's hanging out, you don't have any more need for war because AI systems will have topical drones that they're already working on that'll be able to deliver food across the entire planet. So instead of having massive spoilage inside of the USA, we can just be like, oh, that food's instantly in Africa overnight. Wow,
That'd
look
be
at
cool.
that. And nobody has to wake up and get the food
People
there.
can like put their leftovers from dinner in their
Right,
refrigerator and
right.
then just
Because
donate it the
like
next day.
it's
And then
so
boom.
with people it's complicated, right? With people it's like, okay, well you can't do that because you have to do XYZ, the people have to pick it up on airplanes. Robots don't have that problem. They don't have to worry about cold temperatures, they don't have to worry about any of that. They just pack it up, they go on drones and the drone flies and bam, it's there in a few hours. Like they've already got a drone system so that there's like giant drones that hover way up in the sky, and then little drones fly down and they drop off the packages. And they don't even have to land. They literally just drop off these little parachute drones. Um,
Do you think future wars will be fought with just robots?
I think future wars will not exist. I think if we give it another few hundred years, there won't be war. There's no. The only reason we have war is because don't have. Literally, so most wars that we have are not people getting angry at each other and just attacking each other. Most
It's because
wars,
they're fighting for like resources or
right,
like some
are
kind
people
of
fighting for
betterment of their
resources.
own country.
And people are like, well, in America, everyone has resources. And it's like, and to a degree, that's true, but it's not
They
enough.
have like
People are greedy. They
farmland.
want more and more and more. People will never stop wanting more. So if their neighbors have more than them, they'll fight for it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
You can't have people be
Especially if their
completely
country, like the reservation I'm from, it's like not a good land for like much anything, like
Mhm.
for really growing. So like
Right,
I can
right.
assume
So
some countries are like that, where their country isn't good
yeah,
for
yeah, the whole
growing
country,
or maybe
right?
their water's not so
Exactly, or
fresh.
at least a lot of it, and
And
water
it's not their
starvation
fault, but
on
they
them.
still love their country, but they love their neighbors' shit.
Right, right. But it's like, if your kids aren't drinking water and your neighbors have water, you're going to do whatever you can to get your kids water. It's not,
My
this
guess is
isn't a
they had a good
complicated
trade
situation.
system in the beginning, but then eventually it got too expensive or the trade became unfair because the person knew they had the better thing.
Well, yeah, so a lot of it's corruption and a lot of it's greed, but a lot of it at the end of the day is just that, like, there's no way to get all the resources around the planet. right? So
So
if
you're
you
like
have like,
the ability to deliver resources is our main holdback
right,
from
right,
solving world hunger.
it's a lot
That's
of it. It's
insane.
definitely a lot of it. So it's that it's being able to like sustain the growth of it on and on and on. You've got to work on those issues. But I don't like people. There's so many people who are like, oh, the 1%, they're against us. The elites are trying to get us, and then the elites like are just sitting there like, dude, I'm just really good at math and doing business and not paying high taxes. I still pay more money in taxes than any citizen would ever consider paying. Like, if I make
Oh, I
40
was gonna
billion a
ask you that
year,
next.
I'm
Okay,
paying
so
five.
out of your millions, did you have to hire an accountant to do your taxes and keep track of your books, or did you do that
No,
yourself?
so I am not a great accountant person, and I don't care about accountant stuff. So I just literally, the second the money hits my account, I put 60% inside of the side, and then whatever the government says I owe at the end of the year is always less than that. So we're good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
What about like tax write-offs and things like that? Do you pay attention to like tax codes or what things can
No.
save you
So
like
if I
hundreds
paid
of thousands a
attention to
year?
any of that, I would be so much wealthier and stuff. But at the same time, I just it's more work than it's
Because there's so
neat.
much stuff
Like,
you can write off. Like I just seen recently, you can write off like a over $100,000 SUV because it has to weigh over 6,000 pounds, and only certain vehicles meet that plethora.
yeah, but
But
see,
that's
so
why all
like
business owners drive that.
the way I always kind of do it is like I would I'm happy to give 50%. Like, I'm not looking for a write off. I don't care to have one. And I know that's like kind of foolish because it's like, oh, you could have more money. But it's like, right, but so like, right, so if I make, let's say I make like 20 mil, right? I'm getting $10 million. Like, I know that other $10 million is going to help more people going into taxes than me hoarding it in a bank account or spending it on another helicopter ride. And that's all I'm
You're
going to do
too
with it.
polite of a gentleman, man.
No, it's
You
just
speak
that
too kindly, or
I
you
don't have
speak the word of
kids.
Jesus.
Oh, well, Jesus is amazing. We all have to be nice to Jesus. I mean, he literally was like the one of the best people ever. Like the Buddhas,
Literally,
Jesus, Dalai Lama's. Like,
the literal only person ever described to be perfect.
yeah, it's not even. So you know what it is? It's people describe it as perfect. It's not that. It's just that like people are people can be the worst versions of themselves, even when they don't want to be, right? And you've got a man who they beat him. He had a god on his side, right? So he can do
Literally,
anything he wants. And people are
he's
like,
literally
well,
turning
he
water
wasn't the
wine,
son
and
of
people are
God. And
still
it's
like,
like,
I don't
okay,
know.
so then he wasn't the son of God. Okay, we'll go off of that too. That's perfectly fine. So he wasn't the son of God. So all he was a person who was so kind that no matter how much abuse he received throughout his entire life, no matter how many people tried to end his existence, no matter how many people had tortured him, beat him, attacked him, the worst thing he would do is go off into the desert and yell at himself. Yeah, that's a good person. Like, that's the kind of person who should inspire the entire world to be better. I just, and if you can't see that, you're blind. That's all it is. Like, you're a bad person if you want to attack that person. That's just, it's just simple truth. So, yeah, yeah. Jesus
Honestly,
was definitely a wonderful, wonderful person and a wonderful, wonderful savior. And, like, he was the son of a god. He could have just jumped off the cross, but he sat there and suffered
I'll tell
because
you
other people needed to understand how much malice was in them, because other people needed to understand how much somebody could love them, that he would smile while they sacrificed him. Like, come on, are you serious? You gonna be like rude to that later on in the future? Nah, you got some personal issues. But yeah, no,
uh,
me personally would like that. Like, if you make 20 million, you should you should give 10 million of it away. Not because you have to. Not because somebody's going to tax you that. Not because you can't get away with giving away 1 million and be just fine. Because nobody, nobody needs to make enough money to last 100 years on $100,000 a year, where they'd be perfectly sustainable with the average citizen's life, and has to have double that to buy a sports car when there's kids who have cancer. And anybody who sees it that way doesn't deserve to live in this country or on this planet. Like, that is so evil. So
When I think of
that's
like
why.
savings, I developed like a business plan because I always wanted to open my own Pizza Hut like franchise because I worked at one for like 10 years and did an amazing job and I was like, damn, I'm making money for the wrong people. I
Well,
wanted to pay my
if I
employees right, but a restaurant doesn't make a whole lot, just one store, if you start it off. So I figured watching all the tax codes and all the
oh
savings would
yeah,
help
so
me
it's
pay the
great for
employees
that, right?
better.
You should always
But if I
like
was a
run your business
multi-billion
and
dollar
stuff that way.
corporation, I wouldn't, like what you said, I wouldn't be trying to save just to be greedy. I would definitely donate a ton.
Right, right. So I think with corporations and stuff, it's a little more understandable, right? So like Elon Musk, people are like, "Oh, he should be," and it's like, well, no, he makes spaceships, guys, and like that benefits everyone, right? The sooner we get this like deeper space, the sooner we get new elements, the sooner we get new technologies. These are benefits. These help people. I can understand him not paying any taxes and just putting it all into his companies. I'd be
Did
actually
they
okay with that. It
did
wouldn't
they
hurt
not
me at all.
watch Interstellar? Like they should know we gotta get off this
Right,
planet or
right. Like
things go
what?
south.
Like the better. That's like people who get angry at like people get angry at Bill Gates and this and that, and it's like you realize like we only have internet because of these people. Like we have
I love
saved so
I
many
love Bill
billions
Gates
of
because of his
lives.
Gates Millennium Scholarship program. It helps a lot of the folks from my school go to college.
Right, right. Like these people don't pay a lot of taxes, but like we have internet because of Bill Gates. We have computers. Like these are big deals. Like for the common person to have a computer. Like if it hadn't been
Hey,
for
can you
his
buy me back?
efforts in the world. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm so sorry. I keep letting you die.
All good, all good. I was watching the other dude fight forever. I thought he was gonna bring me back. Yeah, Bill Gates, he does a lot of philanthropic shit, and I think he said when he
Right,
passes,
right.
his kids
Most
don't get
people who make a
anything.
lot of money, I don't. So big companies who make a lot of money, not most people, because there's definitely people who just take advantage. But
Yeah.
I'm just gonna just fly over and grab your card. Oh, I can't fly over and grab your card. It's very awkward. Um, we could just back out and start a new game.
No, we could still make it, I think. Oh, I forementioned I bought a house, but I foreclosed on my house. So if you still want to buy me a house in the future when your oil things go through, that'd be dope as fuck. Because life has been a struggle. Oh,
No, no. So if my oil shares go off well and I am doing well, I have no problem getting you a house and opening your pizza shop. And you don't owe me anything for it. You don't owe me any
what? In
thanks.
my Pizza Hut?
Yeah,
Damn.
dude. Just think about it. Think about the people you're going to
Man,
employ with that place,
honestly,
right? So you're going to
I
employ people
will.
with that
Thank
place.
you.
You're going to do well. You're going to help those people in their livelihood. Like that's not just a selfish deed. Like that's something that you're getting
Bro,
a good thing for yourself, but you're helping the community out. So like,
and
yeah,
I love it
good for
because it
you.
keeps me busy. It inspires me to keep wanting to do it more. I'm weird.
Not
I don't
only
know why
that,
I
it'll
like pizza
inspire
so much.
others to be able to be like, oh, I could own one of those. So it spreads, you know? That's what it's all about, literally.
When I was when I was younger, I gotta tell you a short tale because I've always been a business-minded person. I even went to college for business management, but I didn't finish because I was too consumed by the business I was running. Um,
I've always
Anywho,
just been a silly stoner who gets lucky. But that's
when I was in high school, some kid was selling caramel apple suckers that he bought for 15 cents a piece for $2, and he was making a killing, and I was jealous. So I bought pop, and I sold them for $1 a can, and I sold out. And the next day, I bought 2 cases, and then I sold out. And then before I knew it, I was buying Pop Tarts. I quit selling pop. I started selling healthier options, Peace Tea, Arizona. Um, Geez, I sold so much food in high school. I was able to
oh,
purchase
I can buy
some
your
nice
card
vehicle.
after you. I didn't know that.
On my, whoa, why won't they let me come back? The other guy got shot at too.
Yeah, they're very angry.
Whenever we can back out if you want. Because the other guy's not gonna save us, I don't think.
Yeah, yeah, we get that out.
Or do you think he will? Oh,
You
he's gone,
may?
he's gone.
Oh, okay. You
Okay,
can
so
continue
anyways,
your story, good sir.
I was selling Pop-Tarts. I was doing a really good job. I was freaking just 3 minutes in between class each day, and then I was like carrying all my crap in my backpack. It was heavy as shit. I worked full time at Pizza Hut, sold food at my locker, and did track and cross country. And my school found out about it. We're a private school, like a private Catholic Lakota school. It's like teaches us our Native American values, but at the same time, it incorporates the Catholic tradition. So, anyways, they wanted a percentage of what I was making, so they charged me like 30% each week, and I
That's
didn't mind.
wild. 30% a week.
Yeah, they said it was gonna go towards my school prom and stuff,
Oh, okay.
and the after prom, and our basically I paid for our prom and after prom. It was pretty cool. Um, I love Pizza Hut so much that I ended up taking over a store in our state capital in South Dakota. It was called a problem child store because the turnover rate there was so bad. No one really lasted there. The longest lasting store manager was 9 months because they were too stressed. They couldn't handle all the long hours. Anyways, I took over the store and lasted a very long time there. And there's no jobs on the reservation because there's not a lot of businesses. It's mostly just like destroyed houses and tribal jobs. So, oh shit. So I moved people from the Native American reservation I'm from to the capital and gave them work and gave them clean clothes. I bought them beds and blankets and basically took them off the reservation because their parents are very, very poor and they didn't know the right steps on how to get off the reservation because they're used to seeing their parents, I don't know how to say this, but like live off the government and be negative and not want to get off the res. But
How
the
does that
res is
happen?
the res is very depressing and it's full of alcoholism and methamphetamines and just gang violence and some people really want to leave, so I gave them that opportunity out of my own pocket as a store manager to bring them to peer and help them build their credit, start their first bank accounts, get their first cars, and it was really fun. I had a wonderful time doing it. I made my store the highest profiting store in the whole company. The
That's
company I
pretty
worked for
cool, man.
was called NPC International. It was the largest pizza franchise in the world. They owned 1,400 stores. And I didn't even know I'd be the #1 store in the company. I was just busting my ass off, and I really wanted to get this plaque called, it's like a diamond plaque. It's above the gold plaque, and they're like, I don't know, their standards on what they give out for the stores for being like good in sales, profits, food costs, delivery, speed, on time. We also pay really close attention to like customer surveys. For every bad survey you get, you have to get 10 good surveys. So there's a lot of things that go into the bonus metrics, and I was bonusing so hard and so high that I capped out. And the store, it was the #1 store in the company, and it made me proud. I have like a lot of trophies from this company that I worked for, and my mom kept reminding me every day. She kept saying, "One day your company's gonna go bankrupt," and I said, "Bullshit," because they paid me well. I felt like, and they weren't going anywhere. There were stores in every city I went to. I what's it called? Seeing Pizza Hut fail, our company became bankrupt. They terminated people all across the board. My store did wonderful, and I survived the terminations and the store closures. My store had a dine-in even, and they closed all the dine-ins, but they kept mine open because it did very well. I was profiting a lot in the buffet area. Um, I ended up quitting because my 3 children, at the time I only had two, I was working like 70, 80 hours a week, and I was still making the same amount, and I really needed to make more if I wanted to help more people, and I was falling behind on my bills. I I don't know if this sounds selfish or not, but I really love the Chrysler 300. I bought a brand new Chrysler 300. At the time, it was a 2018 300S, and the payments were stupid high. But I told myself, since I'm helping so many people for so long, for this many years, that I deserved my dream car by now, and I accepted payments that I couldn't afford, and I needed a raise or a better
I
paying
think I think if you want
opportunity.
to try to get something in life, you should because you might not be able to get it tomorrow. So like we live in a very unstable environment always. It never becomes fully stable. right? We might have stability in some parts of the world for a certain amount of time, right? So like from the 70s to like early
Right?
2000s in South
Who's to say
America,
like the world wouldn't go kaput, or if I were to randomly lose my job, or if my store were to be the one that closed, I wouldn't have been able to get my dream car.
right, right. Like I don't think there's anything selfish or wrong about that. If you're working and you're, able to obtain one of your dreams, it doesn't have to be permanent. It's actually fine if you lose the car. You can always get it again later. So, like, I'm glad you got to enjoy that and have that in your life. I don't think that's selfish at all.
Awesome, because I felt so guilty for getting it. It was expensive as hell. It wasn't your common car. Even when I showed my mom, she looked at me displeased, like, it's
No,
not time.
it's never, but one would be time, right? What if you pass away before you get to get it again?
Thank you, thank you. My
It's not
friend,
a big
actually, my
deal.
closest friend that I grew up with playing games, he passed away, and he didn't get to see this beautiful car that I got to own. And it's a big deal to me because we're both car guys, and we both showed off our cars that we bought to each other our whole lives. And
Yeah,
it's so
no, and
great
I
when you get to
think
show
like
them that
so
cool
like
lit.
you got like right now if you get to see him in heaven, you can tell him about it, and then you couldn't have
Oh, hell
otherwise.
yeah.
So like
For
that kind
real.
of stuff is cool, man. Like I think sometimes
He's
we
gonna tell
judge
me
other
to grow
people
my
because
next time.
we want to control how they live, right? We know that we always think we know best. No matter who we are, we always think we know best. So we tend to, when you're with your husband or your wife or your spouse, right, or your kids before they're 18, it's okay to be like, oh, it should be done this way because you're also their main means of living support, right? Your wife can always tell you who you can't be friends with. She has that right. You always have the right to tell your wife who she can be friends with. You have that right because you've chosen a path where you're going to walk through life together. But your kids, you can only tell them who they can be friends with until they're 18. After they're of a legal age to where they're responsible for themselves, whether you choose to be responsible for them or not, whether they live at your house or not, they are now an adult with their own freedoms, and they have to have those freedoms in order to make their own wife or husband or partner or friends or whatever else they want to do with that area of their life. So, oh, sorry for not getting the target, sir.
All
Um,
good.
so you have
Always good at the second
absolutely the
check.
right to do that with other people, but
Yeah.
you don't have the right to be like, oh, you're making the wrong choice to your son. You really don't, because he's an adult. And if he's putting in the work, he should be allowed to get what he wants with that work. As long as, if you're not going to her and being like, pay all my bills for me, then you should be good. That's just how that is. So it's like, I get where she's coming from, but I think she was probably coming more from a sense of fear, right? So she's like, oh, well, it's not time for this. But it's like, it's never time for this. It is never time to take a risk, but it's always better to take one than to not take one because no matter what you do, life is going to be hard. But every time that you take a risk, you take a chance that it might be better. And that could make it worse, maybe, but it was going to be bad either way. But at least if it goes better, then it doesn't matter either way. So it's like, it's really just kind of how your logic is, right? But at the same time, that's the logic of most people who have never done anything with their life. They normally don't want to take a risk. So I do get where it comes from. But at the same time, no, I think you made the right choice.
Yeah.
I'm glad you got your car and stuff. Like, that's not bad at all.
Oh yeah. Like I said, I helped my homies achieve their goals. They didn't get as new of a sports car, but I still made sure they had a cool
Right,
sports
right.
car.
But no, no, no. But that's because they didn't get to the step where they're ready to get it. But when they get their chance, they should take it too.
Oh, for sure.
So,
I feel so guilty for letting my Pizza Hut crew down because in my story where the years went by and honestly like my people that I was growing up with, the new folks that I met, moved into my home and made them family, they would grow and then other people would offer them jobs that pay better than my own. And at the time, I couldn't just sign a piece of paper and pay them better because I was under a corporation where there was a max pay. So I would lose my good employees that I trained and inspired to do so well, but I couldn't be mad because they're pursuing their dreams, getting their degrees and whatnot. I ended up leaving Pizza Hut because the owner of McDonald's, not the owner like of the actual McDonald's, but the owner of the franchise in my state, he reached out to me on Facebook and he's like, "Yo, hey, I'll make you a district manager of my company if you come work for me and quit your job, but you don't have to quit today. Just anytime you want to quit, anytime, just let me know and I'll add you to my team."
Oh, that's pretty cool though, the district manager thing.
Yeah,
So
so I
district
took the
manager
role.
manage like the entire area, right? So you make a lot more and you get a lot more
The
bonuses.
entire the entire at Pizza Hut, it was the entire west side of the state, and then another district
Dang.
manager would do the entire east side. So it was a lot of responsibility, and I loved it because I can help more than one store. I can help them
Oh, see,
achieve
I'm like
the
the
energy.
opposite for you. I don't like any responsibility.
I'm
So
weird. I love when people
I
depend
get
on
like
me.
a job, and like the first thing that I always inform them is like, I will never work more than 40 hours a week, and if you schedule me for more than 40 hours a week, I'll quit that week.
I
And then they'll be like, "Are you sure?" And then I'll do really good at work, and they'll be like, "Do you want to? You have this spot open." I'm like, "I don't do promotions. I came in here with the exact job I wanted. I have the skills to be your boss. I don't want to be your boss." Leave me alone.
my I took the district manager position and I it was a big change for me because Pizza Hut was my first job since I was a kid and I loved it so much. It really did break my heart, but I needed something that allowed me to like make more money, but then also spend more time with my kids because I didn't get any
Yeah.
holidays off.
I think with kids, it's a whole nother world. So like, I don't have any, and I don't want any at all. But I do understand like how important parents and families are. And I do believe like I'm glad that a lot of people do want kids. It's just for me, it's always been like kind of a gray area, right? So it's like I am a kid and I don't want to grow up. I have no desire for it. So I just personally don't have that, but it's really cool that you do, and it's cool to hear your stories of it. Okay, sorry for interrupting ADHD.
Oh, it's all good. Um, I wanted to spend more time with my children. I was feeling sad because not only did I ruin the relationship with my children's mother, who I had the kids with, but I also ruined the relationship with the woman I replaced her with. I don't want to use that word, but like replace the person I thought like would be a good cover up for her. Anyways, not the point. Um, I moved cities to the largest city in my state, and I began working for this company and McDonald's. And I always wanted to work for McDonald's. I knew I never would because I figured I'd be at Pizza till I die. But McDonald's, I always wanted to try, and I got to try it. It was amazing. It was not amazing. The food was amazing. The quality was amazing, but this company sucked. The store sucked. It's not the owner's fault. It's just McDonald's in general. It's not my ballpark. I don't like the speedy service that where they're like hello goodbye. I like conversing with my customers and building a relationship with them to where they come back. And pizza, it's perfect for that. Versus McDonald's where it's hello goodbye, hello goodbye, hello goodbye, and then like there's not much brain power needed. Everyone's doing simple-minded tasks, including the GM and the DM. Like everything that they taught me and made me do, it was so easy that it frustrated me that my job was broken up so much because at Pizza Hut, the district manager's responsibilities and duties were so great and it kept your mind busy. I think I have like ADHD where I gotta go, do. But when you're at McDonald's, they have you stand in one spot. You don't
I see.
move. It's awful. And when I asked them if it ever changes, they said no. Some of them been doing it for like, shit, 12, 15 years. After a month, after a month, I quit and ran back to Pizza Hut. But
You're
nothing
like, yeah,
changed.
man, I don't know how they make so much money. They ain't doing nothing over there.
It wasn't worth it, even though I was getting paid better at McDonald's. It wasn't worth the boringness. I missed my store. I missed being
Yes.
depended on.
Fair enough. Fair enough. You got to be a busybody. I get it.
Um, I ended up working for a gas station, and I didn't want to be a manager anymore because I was overwhelmed by the amount of work I got put through a second time at Pizza Hut. They were mad at me, and it seemed like they took away my seniority or something, or my tenurism. I only left for 30 days, but when I came back, they were disrespectful. And I ended up working for a gas station and didn't want to be anyone's boss. I was just a gas station clerk. And then the store manager ended up quitting within my first month. And then she gave me her keys and said, "Here you go. I hope they give you the store." And I was like, I don't know if it works like that. But they ended up giving me the store. And it was a very busy store, the busiest one in all of MG Oil. MG Oil is the company that owns all the gas stations in South Dakota, and they also own 90% of the casinos.
Dang.
So my location was the busiest one already, and it was raking in a cool $3.5 million a year as a gas station.
That is
But
not. My gas station did not bring in. Did it?
my gas
I don't
station,
know.
just from
Actually.
being there for a year, I rose to sales. I combined my skills that I learned from Pizza Hut, my own personal skills, and the gas station. Sorry, I combined Pizza Hut with my McDonald's skills and my own personal sales skills, and I made 7.5 million in first year.
Dang, nice turnaround. Okay,
Thank you. It
I'm
was.
feeling more confident that if these Oreo shares mature, we should get this pizza shop open faster. This sounds like a
Thank you.
lucrative idea now.
Thank you, thank you. So, anyways, I made 7.5 million. I freaked the fuck out of corporate. I was invited to special dinners. They were over here kissing my ass. They're like, "What can we do for you?" They're over here giving me the keys to their private lake house, telling me that I can sleep there, but I have to pay the cleaner's fee because they have a cleaner's fee. But that's it. It's only like 40 bucks.
That's pretty chill.
Um, I was offered a district manager position, and it would have paid 100K a year, and I would have been in control of the entire eastern side of South Dakota, as all of their gas stations and casinos. And I
For
was,
100K a year, they better be offering you more than that. That's so much work. What?
to me, I would have done it, man. I'm weird. I know you're in a different realm, but like, I don't know what is or what isn't. I've just been busting my ass, if that
For
makes sense.
100K a year, like I'm willing to do an okay amount, but like I ain't working more than like 20 hours a week.
So, what was I saying?
Maybe I work
The
like a 40 for that. That's not bad. I'm being a little
the
facetious there.
I didn't kiss enough ass. See, in corporate, you have to kiss ass, and I wasn't. And this one gentleman, he was our boss. His name was Lindy. He kept on trying to get me to spill the beans and talk crap about other people, and I
A
didn't want to talk
gossiper,
crap.
dude, I hate it. That's
But
so.
he was
This is
inviting
why
me
I
to these
hate my girl's
dinners,
family, man. That's all they do. All
but
they do.
I didn't like it. It felt
I
dirty
hate it,
because I
man.
was.
I hate it. It's the worst. I hate gossipers. I hate like, oh man, because it's such a waste of time, right? Like, there's a
He
thousand
was
things
just
we
trying to
could be
cause
discussing.
problems.
Right, right. There could be a thousand things we could be discussing, a thousand things we could be doing, a thousand things we could be making, and you just want to create unnecessary, unrealistic, unneeded drama. It's
He
the
kept saying that if
worst.
I can't find one thing wrong with my boss, then my boss should have his job. And that I'm not a very good boss myself if I can't find something wrong that my boss is doing. And I knew plenty of things my boss did that was wrong, but I wasn't gonna snitch him out because he's always been there for me and he isn't really hurting the company. He just everyone does things their own way.
Right, right. So, like, when I worked at the gas station, we had some really, really cool people, but then we also had people who were just like pretty much falling asleep on shift, but they got their job done, so I didn't care. So, like, that's kind of, yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, there's no reason to like attack
My position
somebody if they're
was
not actually causing any downfall to your work environment.
thank you. My position was given away to a gentleman named Thor, believe it or not. His name was Thor. But he was a kiss ass, and when we went to the manager meetings, he was being very giddy and weird towards the bosses, and he snitched on a lot of people and got a lot of people fired. And he took the position I wanted, and then he came to my office one day because I was promised this position and it was coming soon. And he came to my office one day, and he was offering me a raise, like a position. And he said, "They said they were gonna make you the marketing manager of the territory, like basically the district manager of marketing for the entire eastern side of South Dakota." And it sounds fancy and professional, and the pay is still 100 grand a year. But my only job would be to go to each gas station and change the prices to make them competitive with our, competitors. And it sounded boring. I didn't
Yeah,
want
that
that. I
does
wanted to be
sound
the
really boring.
I wanted to be the district manager. I wanted to help out. I wanted to keep the stores nice and right, pass their inspections and sell to customers. I wasn't trying to just go around and be boring like a vendor and just scan shit,
Yeah, that's. I mean, I would
scan
take the
shit,
other
change
job, but
prices.
I with your personality type, it sounds more like a punishment than an offer. Because, like, yeah, and you think they would know that, like, you know, if you're already working that way.
Yeah, I didn't kiss butt. I didn't get the position I wanted, and that same gentleman who was kissing butt to that guy, he got fired. The guy that he was kissing butt to, because he snitched on him too. Isn't that crazy?
Hey, I mean, that I feel like one, that's karma, and two, I feel like he hired the right person for the job. He even turned his own boss in. Man, that guy
He turned
deserves
his
to be a
own boss.
manager.
This guy is really trying to climb that ladder, man.
And
It's
I gotta I like the person he hired. I might not like the guy who hired him, but I like the guy he hired. Because anybody who is that aggressive at work has to be
I
doing a good
made
job.
I made one wrong comment, and I'm not trying to like be rude towards this guy that you just said. He's a pretty cool guy, but like I made one wrong comment and he fired me instantly. And even though I was making all those millions and I was busting my butt going to work at like 5 in the morning and not getting off
Oh,
till
so I
two,
didn't say he
3
was a
a.m.
cool guy. I
sometimes.
said he was a great worker.
Right. Well, something weird happened. He since I got offered that weird position and I was pretty upset. I was vocal about like being upset about my position, and I said, what was the point of trying this hard if I was gonna lose my spot? I told him that job sounds really, really boring, and you guys are just trying to get rid of me in a way to where I won't be upset. It sounds like. When I told him what's the point of even trying, my printers quit working, and it's how we submit our paperwork. We gotta print out these things and then fill it out.
Okay.
He showed up and fired me because he said I wasn't doing my paperwork, and then he said, "I told the bosses that you told me that you didn't plan on doing a good job anymore since I have your position. So you're good to
What?
go. You can leave." And I said, "What? You can't just fire me like that. I didn't do anything wrong." And he said, "We don't need a reason to fire you. You can leave." And I even went to the office where you get jobs and told them, I was like, "Can I sue him for firing me for no reason?" And they said no, because we're in a right to work state. They can fire you for whatever they want.
Dang, that's
So I got
crazy.
terminated, man. It was just one big corporate, what is that called? Corporate drama.
Yeah, I apologize for that, man. That kind of sucks. I've lost a few jobs, but I did lose them in fairness. So like if people are rude to me, so I just don't give a fuck about jobs. Like, I really don't. Like I can work at a gas station and be happy. I can work at a corporate office and be happy. I have so little care about tomorrow that a job doesn't matter, right? So like I could be passed away tomorrow. Anything could happen. I don't live safely. I don't have kids. Money is very easy to obtain in life. You walk into a building and do one of 10,000 jobs and they pay you money. That's all they've been doing. So when it comes to jobs, like if my boss pisses me off, I'll report my boss to corporate, get them fired, and I won't care if I keep my job or not. It's not even a question. It's just I'm just doing this because you pissed me off. Don't do that. If you chill with me, I'll be chill with you for life. So I've lost a lot of jobs just reporting people to corporate and getting them fired. And then not that I got fired, it's just like, all right, well, now that that douchebag is gone, my job here is done. I'm going to go somewhere else.
I bet your
Just
coworkers
leave.
thank you for it. Like, thank you.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like oh yeah, all my ex coworkers and all my ex bosses love me. The only ones that don't love me no longer work at those companies. Um, But it's just kind of like after I do that kind of stuff, I get bored with the job. So that's another thing too. I've never had a job that didn't bore me after 3 months, like ever. It's just never happened, and I think it's because after 3 months, there's nothing new, right? So like I could become a manager or something, but it's still the same. Like I know everything about the job, so it's like there's not anything new to do. It's like once you
There's a
work
guy in this car.
on my way. Once you're at a I got a guy on
Behind,
you.
behind you.
Oh, yeah, I got him down to low, but then his teammate came up behind me.
It's alright, I'm coming in.
So yeah, like after I've worked a job for like 3 to 4 months, there's nothing new to learn. Like it's not nothing is complicated enough, I guess. But I'm too lazy to be going out and getting a job that would be really complicated because I'd have to do like 80, 90 hours a week. Um, I just don't want to do that. So I don't really stay at jobs very long. I kind of just work. I just go to jobs for money when I need it. I don't go to jobs for like a career. Does that make sense? And
Yeah.
I don't, and I'm honest about that when I get hired. I'm not like every time that I get hired when they're like, "Are you going to be here for like 10 years?" I'm like, "Dude, you probably got like 6 months to a year. If you really, really, really impress me, I might stay. But you're not going to impress me." And then they're always like, "Yeah, I will." And it's like, so far the
Like, what
record
a
is
try.
0 for 0 for 0. Like I'm work like when I worked at this grocery store and they were like, well, this is a really complicated job. And then like after like maybe a week, I had like the top numbers in the entire store for like personal
Right, it's
shopping
because a
and
lot of
stuff.
people just don't try.
Right, right. Well, it wasn't even that. They're like, oh, you're so good. How'd you figure out the whole system? And it's like, dude, I can program this system in my sleep. Like I'm not working here because
I can
I
program this shit.
need the job. I'm working here because I need the money. Like I picked the simplest job I could find on purpose. It's like, and then like they would like say, then they try to like promote me and stuff, and I was just like, nope, I'm out. Like I don't want to be here anymore. I'm done. I'm not doing that. I'm sorry. I will not
You
take
wanna roll?
promotions. Try for a
Blow this shit
lot.
up.
Um,
Good thing I picked you up.
yeah, I'm gonna try to put up some walls for us. All right, I'm out of mats. But
I'll
yeah,
try to
no,
kill my
it's
buddy and I'll try to stop him.
we can probably shoot downhill. I got 64 bullets.
Do you need some rounds? Here.
I just need
Some
light.
bullets. You
Appreciate
want
it, good
some
sir.
mats?
I probably won't even build that much, but sure, I'll take a tiny bit.
I
Appreciate it.
got full mats. It's all good.
Should we fight or take off?
Let's take off. Go to circle.
All right.
I uh, I like helping people when I sold food and bought cars. I didn't buy like fancy cars and please myself. I like Pontiac Grand Prix and they weren't too expensive, so I took really good care of mine. And I bought used cars and fixed them really nice and sold them to people on the res for cheap, like $1,000 down payment and then car payments. And since most dealerships don't work with them because they never built credit, I'll do it as long as they have a job. And then I'll only
So I
charge them
think
like
when I was
$50 a month.
younger, I was a lot more selfish, but not in a way that like, not in a way of trying to be selfish. So I literally never worked for anybody but myself until I was 24. So I always worked online making video games or video game items or codes or scripts and stuff like that and selling those. And I actually made better money doing all that stuff than I ever made working for a company. But I also worked more, right? So I would actually work back then because like when you work for yourself, 80-hour weeks are pretty normal. But yeah, I just never really had that I kind of just spent my money really fast, and I really only spent it on myself and like people who were around me on video games and stuff, and friends and stuff. So I guess I always bought friends like game systems and stuff like that. But like, I never had anybody around to spend money on really besides myself. So I think I was kind of selfish when I was younger in that regard. But again, I do think it's a lot like the isolation played more into it because I worked online. I mostly bought computer stuff, and then like everything came to me, right? Like I didn't leave my house at all. I just stayed at my house. There was no reason to go out. Everything came to me, and I was making about like 200 to like 800,000 a year just chilling by myself. So I would buy friends a shit ton of stuff when they came over. Like I think I bought my friends game systems, a few cars, two friends I bought houses, so stuff like that. But I never purposefully, intentionally went out and gave people money or tried to be helpful until I was probably after like 25. But I think um, that's probably like why I'm the way I am with jobs. Like I've made less money working for other people than I've ever made working for myself. So once you get that mentality after a while, you just don't care about working at companies because it's like, well, what am I going to do here? I'm going to make somebody else much more money than I make myself, and I could be making for myself. So you kind of get a weird mentality about that. I think that's where that all comes from. Sorry if I'm ranting.
Oh, it's all good. I'm listening.
I got a gummy in me
Inspiring.
and ADHD, and yeah, yeah. If at
Same,
any point
same.
you want me to stop, just say like, "Hey," and then I'll be like, "Oh, okay, okay." Because I can get lost in like a circle. No, just keep going. However, I've probably spent almost as much money at Pizza Hut than you've made because I've had a I used to have a pretty bad pizza addiction.
No kidding.
Oh, it was bad. So I probably haven't actually
70K
made
on
as much as you
pizza.
spent, but or as much as you made. But I did so I know one year I spent at least $80,000 on pizza. It wasn't just for me. That's for like me and like 20 of my friends who used to hang out and game with me when we used to play Call of Duty and stuff, like on LAN parties back way in the day. Um, but yeah, so like it was. I used to. So there was this pizza place up the shop from us, up the street from us, and I probably ordered like 50 to like $200 of pizza per day because I just constantly had fucking people constantly coming through, and then I spent a ton on weed also, so I'd give that away. I didn't charge for it or any of that stuff. I just literally just always had like 4 or 5 pounds in my house, so I'd just be like, "Here you go, here you go." But yeah, no, I
Pulls
spent
out a
an insane
nugget.
amount on
Here you
pizza.
go.
But most of the money that I spent on pizza was I would give huge tips, right? So like if I spent like $30 on pizza, I'd give $100 tip. Um, if I spent $100, I'd give a $300 tip. So I always tried to make sure that like when I was around people, I did give money. It was just in really weird little ways like that.
Let me use the restroom real quick. Howdy, howdy.
Hey, welcome back.
Yeah, so in a way to try and make coin, I tried to make music thinking that I'll become an overnight millionaire, overnight sensation.
Hey, you never know. Might not be
But
overnight, but it might still happen. Keep
I
trying, baby.
figured gotta start somewhere, so I bought a cheap mic and recorded a song, and holy crap, the song got played, so I figured I'd be set up, you know, just keep making better music than that, and I'll keep getting more plays. But in the beginning, it was rough. My first song went wild. The next songs didn't go so wild, so I had to go to the drawing board and do all kinds of crap. I made my music really good after my first year, and it was so good that the leaders of the concerts that happen on my reservation where I'm from, they invited me to perform at a concert with this one dude that works with Tech Nine, not Tech Nine himself, but this other dude. I forgot what his name was. It's rude. But anyways, I was opening for him, and I felt really cool because I got to perform my rap music in front of my reservation. It's pretty dope.
That actually does sound pretty dope. Yeah, if you send over your music at all, I don't know if you got like, are you on PlayStation or what are you on? PC?
I'm on Xbox.
Xbox. Ah, okay. I'm not an
I
Xbox, but I
can
can send you like a DM for some kind of messenger or something.
sure.
Discord, something like that.
Which one do you have?
I mean, I've got Discord, but I have internet, so I can download anything.
I have Discord. I think still on my phone from when I played Last War.
Yeah, I'll
I
give you
play.
Discord. I have Discord. Um, but yeah, I can DM that to you in a bit. But so I don't know. I'm just running out of thoughts now. I'm just staring off into this weird mountain. I think my gummy's too intense right now. But yeah, no, I don't know, man. I
Pizza Hut.
I think I might
What's it
be
called?
single now. It's really weird.
You what?
So I think I might be single. I just don't think I don't know if I
You
want to
got
stay with
broken
my
up with
girl
or something?
anymore. Which is
Oh,
sad, because I love her to death. I just don't know if she's good enough for me. I know that sounds terrible to say, but like, dude, I'm loyal, like to a fault. Like I will not cheat on you. I won't keep people behind your back. I won't turn on you. You'll always be like the primary person who I'm going to stick up for in a fight, even if you're in the wrong. If you're my partner,
that's
then
a
you're my partner.
that's a big deal. I had homies be unloyal to me when my true
Loyalty
friends they
is
passed
the
away
most
whenever I
important thing, dude. Like,
my true friends passed away already. Being from the reservation, you know, a lot of them are depressed, and depression got the best of them. But
sorry to hear that, man.
what yeah, the new friends I've
I had
made,
a lot of
they
friends like that too. Yeah, I've had a lot of friends
the,
who have taken their own house and stuff. That's always sucky. But
it sucks. Even though I gave them that beautiful life at Pizza Hut, like where they don't have to be on the res anymore, they still carried that burden with them. They still wanted
and
their
then you got
families
like
to
yeah,
care.
family stuff and all that, and it can drag you down. Absolutely. That's kind of like so. That's kind of where she's at, right? Like she's a good person in a bad environment, becoming a bad person, and I can't do anything to stop her choice, right? The only person who can is her. But it's like I don't know what to do besides leave her at this point because I can't stand who she is. I can't stand who she's become. Like she's sneaky, she lies, she manipulates, she twists. She's not herself anymore. And it's kind of like you remember Johnny Depp and Amber Heard stuff, where like he's like, I don't know you. Like what I thought was you isn't you. You're just something I made up in my head. It's kind of like that. So it's not that I don't love her, and it's not that I don't care about her, and it's not that I don't know she has the potential to be absolutely amazing. It's that it's only her who can let that potential be there. Does that make sense? And she doesn't want to. So it's kind of like, I don't know. I think I'm single, but I'm not sure. We'll see how that goes. But I do appreciate the conversation because you do have some solid point there. Like, and I've been telling her this also. Like, dude, it's to the point where how do I say it? I think she's infected, like mentally, like she's been so twisted by the way that they are. Because, like, for example, right? So the last like 5 days, she's been doing nothing but fighting with me, right? But she's not fighting about anything. I mean, she is. She's making shit up that isn't real to fight about. Like she just wants to fight. Does that make sense? She doesn't know why
Yeah.
she wants to fight. She doesn't know why she has to be right all the time. She can't have any flaws all the time. She's miserable all the time. She's only happy if we're insulting people, and it's like I don't want to talk shit about people. So instead of talking shit about people, okay, let's have a fight. Like she wants to live in this weird, fucked up, negative, evil energy, and I'm just like, what is going on with you? Like the
Same. My
she
my ex
can't
children's mother
even
was the same
see it,
way.
dude. I
I
literally
said,
am
"Why are
talking
you
to her and
so
I'm like, you're
negative?"
not listening to me. Okay, so I've stopped swearing. I've stopped yelling. I'm not going to give the reactions to your crazy shit. Let's have a conversation. I want to communicate. You understand? There's nothing going on. There's no situation going on right now. There's no reason for you to be angry. I don't want to shit talk people. I don't want to gossip. I don't want to do the shit that you and your girls do. It's messed up. Can we talk about why you're angry? And then she'll just be like, I'm not angry. And then she'll just go ballistic. And it's about everything. And I'm like, dude, like you are impossible to tolerate or be around because you making the entire environment miserable. Like I'm sitting here wanting to talk about the cartoon we've been working on and the video game we're working on and movies we're watching and things we're doing and studies that we're supposed to be working on, and all you want to do is shit talk everybody around you and laugh and shit talk and laugh and shit talk and laugh. Like I'm not that person. I've never been that person. You know I'm not that person. Can we stop doing this? And then she'll just get furious. And it's like, dude, what do you do with that? There's nothing to do. At this point,
Right.
she's angry because I'm like, dude, I fucking hate who you are right now. Like, you're being a bitch. You're being an asshole. I've tried saying this as nice as I can. I called you just a jerk the other day. You're being a jerk, you're being mean, you're being rude, and then she's like, ah, 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 and it's like, so you just continue having that behavior, and then I'll ignore her for like solid like 12 hours, and I'll just come back to all these texts of like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know I was being terrible, and it's like, yes, you did, and then she's like, rah, 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 rah. Like, see, like, right, you haven't changed, that's not sorry. And I love her to death. I'm not at this point, like I'm not mad at her. It's come to the point where like I pity her because it's like if I could change everything going on with her right now, I would, but I can't. The only person who can change what's going on with her is her. Like you have to choose to not be a bad person, love. Like I can't change you into being not a good person anymore. So it's very very frustrating. But yeah, I do believe I'm single. So that's interesting. I'm not sure what to do with that. Because like now, what do? Right? Do I go find more love? Do I go find another girl who I know isn't going to be good enough for me?
Maybe you'll find the right one that is good enough for you.
What if that's not? I don't know if I want that.
I don't even think you gotta look. I think it'll find you. Maybe a old
Yeah,
classmate of
see,
yours
that's
will
the
just randomly
problem though,
appear.
right? Is that like I never look. Like there's women on every corner. Like I don't know who in this generation was like. I keep seeing these things where people, dude, I'm 37. I'm chubby. Okay, I'm not like Brad Pitt's walking around out here.
Being chubby
Finding
doesn't mean anything. I have to tell you a story about
absolutely
that real quick.
gorgeous
I'm
women
a,
who want to marry you
I'm
is
a,
not hard.
I'm a fit gentleman. I weighed, at the time, I weighed like 154, soaking wet. Just kidding. Anyways, this one pretty girl that came in, she was gorgeous, and I flirted with her, and I was like, "Oh, hey, what's going on?" And she said, "You're not my type because you're not heavy enough." She likes larger men, and it wasn't the first time it happened. The time
Right, right.
before
So
that,
I understand all that, but like what I'm saying is like I don't even put in effort, right? So like I'm not trying to work hard and look all impressive. I don't have any of that. I'm just a very basic person. And like I'm saying it's easy. Like it's easy to find dating. It's easy to find love. It's easy to find people who will marry you. It's easy to find beautiful women who want to date you. These are if it's so easy that in order to not cheat, I have to cut women out of my life and just not talk to women socially unless she's around. So it's just as easy for her to find men. Like this is not, and it's not a me and her thing. This is just a people thing. Like I could go find love again. It's the question of do I want to at this point? Like I'm so I'm so exasperated, right, with putting in the effort of finding somebody, building a relationship for like anywhere from like 3 to 5 to 10 years, and then that person like not being good enough. Just really, that's the only way to really say it. Just not being good enough. Um, that I sit there and I'm like, do I really want to? Oh, that's not a computer. No, or a teammate. I'm so lost right now. Do I really want to like put in that effort, go through that work to build a love story with somebody that I'm probably just going to, at the end of the day, have the same thing happen and it just wastes time, energy, resources? At this point, I think if I am single, I'm just gonna stay single, and that doesn't mean like go be like an F boy and run around and do all of that. I think I'm just gonna build a spaceship or something and enjoy life that way. Because
They
I'm
say like people
wasting
who
my efforts
take time like
on.
that, they love themselves more, and then in turn, like people find you even more attractive because you value yourself more.
Right, so that's what happens is I do love myself more. So I'm not um
So you're on the right path, literally.
I'm not I don't know. So I'm not a narcissist, right? But I am prideful. Like I know I'm amazing. Like I can learn a language in 4 months. I can take apart a computer and put it back together. If I wanted to become a doctor, it would
I can
probably
put it
take
back
me
together.
about like 4 years or so to become a surgeon. Like my dad is one of the top nuclear physicists in the world. I just have a brain for it. I bet I could do hexadecimal mathematics on a computer by the time that I was 11. Like this is just easy for me. So life is always easy. Like there's nothing hard in life besides dealing with family, dealing with people. But besides dealing with human beings, life is easy. Making money is easy. Making cars is easy. Making computers is easy. Making chemistry is easy. Like these are just things that, like, if you're a squirrel with a book, you can 5 months of free time, you can probably do it. Um, so I know compared to most people who sit there and go, "Oh, life is hard," and I'm like, "Okay, well, I'm better than you." Uh, so I do have a very large ego, but I love people absolutely. So like the people that I've loved, the people that I've been with, the people that I care about, I've spent, endless amounts of money, effort, time, resources, joy, emotion. It's not that any of that. It's just that like I've already done the love thing 3 times. So one relationship, well, I guess like 5 or 6 times, but we're not going to count like younger love where it wasn't anything serious. So like serious, where I've actually lived with them. I lived with one woman who was amazing. I have nothing bad to say about her at all. She ended up cheating on me and then immediately told me and then was like, "You shouldn't stay with me because I don't know if I'm going to cheat again and you deserve somebody more loyal." And I was like, "Yeah, you're absolutely right because I'm loyal." So I just left that one. Um, and then the next one I met was very, very narcissistic, and I didn't really know how narcissists worked then. So she cheated on me a lot, but honestly, not a bad experience, right? Because it was a bad experience in the experience, but it was a good experience in the knowledge of how to be a better partner for my next partner. Because I know how to avoid things I don't want to make somebody feel. So I didn't mind that at all, and there was good moments throughout it. Of course, it wasn't all bad. It wasn't like I'm destroyed or my life is completely ruined. So nothing of that sort. Um, and then my most recent girl, who I've been with for 3 years, she was amazing, and I don't really have anything bad to say about her. She's just being a little kookaloo. Um, but like she's definitely developing. I'm concerned and I'm worried about her because she's developing narcissistic traits, and I don't want her to get lost in um, her own misery because like that's what's happening, right? Like she thinks she's having fun because she's sitting there insulting people, she's being rude, she's hurting people, she's yelling at people, she's being nasty to people, and she's got all of her girlfriends sitting there going hey, 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 with her. So they're all laughing and they're all doing this evil shit together, but it's like, but you're not a bad person. In the long run, you're going to look back at this and you're going to be in a situation where all the bad people have abandoned each other because that's what bad people do over time when they screw each other over. And you're going to look back at this, and because you have a good heart, this is going to crush you. And I know it's going to crush you. So that kind of sucks. But there's nothing I could do about it. It's very frustrating. But as for me personally, like I just think if this relationship's done, I probably won't go into a relationship because there's too much stuff to do now, right? So like we've got AI, we've got robots, we've got CRISPR for genetics, so I can build something to live an extra 400 years. There's too much to do.
That would be insane if I somehow like found out I can time travel and then I time travel like 1,000 years or 500 years in the future.
Right, right. So
Then I
not
see
even
your
right.
ass
So
still
like we've
alive.
got right now we're working on a thing with CRISPR, which is like gene editing, where you use a protein to splice genes and then put DNAs together. So we've made so like there's fish that can heal themselves, right? So like cut their heart in half and literally it grows back and they come back to life. So we've been
Oh yeah.
working on implementing putting that into people for medicines and stuff. So we'll live to be
Don't they
at
do
least
it
like
already
six,
for
seven
brain
hundred years
cells?
old. So they do it to some degree, but this would be so that it's in your genes. So think about it like you're a really, really, really slow healing Wolverine, but you're still a Wolverine. So like from
That's
X-Men.
cool.
So like you would probably live to
So
be
pretty much like stem cells that can become any cell, repair heart,
right, right.
tissue,
So
liver
you're
damage.
right. So it'd be, but it's in your own body. So like you would literally repair yourself. No need for outside medical, just from the DNA change.
That's cool. So what if someone 80 gets it? Would they reverse in age or
They,
would they
yeah,
stay
yeah.
80
So
for
you
a long
go
time?
down to like your prime age. So they're working with jellyfish genes to make that
That would be
happen
so
too.
cool. So
Beside it,
Benjamin Button their ass
so
backwards.
you'll probably live to be like 500. Eventually, you will die. Like there's no doubt that eventually you die. Right, your brain will either give out or you'll get hit by a
Well,
car.
they say our brain can hold enough memory for 3 lifetimes, so I assume after a while, if we do live a very long time, we'll
You'd
start
either
to
have
see
to
the
lose
limits of how
memory or
much
get
memory our brain can
dementia. Yeah,
hold.
yeah. It'd be, but like you're still
He
live
probably
way
does
longer
something to
than you
fix
live
that
now.
next. Do you
And
think
like,
they really lived for like 700, 800 years in the Bible?
um, I think it's so hard to say, but I don't feel like they did. I feel like they just counted time differently.
Like that was the months and not the years?
Hmm. However, maybe like the beginning of the Bible they did, like so in Judaism, like the Torah, right? Like there's all kinds of crazy stuff that was alive back then, like giants and monsters and
Oh, for sure.
angels.
Do you think that was real?
So
Like
maybe
minotaurs and
then,
like
but like I think
crossbreeds and stuff?
since like all the great destruction, so like since permafrost and all that, I don't think we've had anything like that since then. But
No,
I
no.
think history and time and stuff is a little wobbled because it's it's hard to gauge history, right? So like we say things are this old and this old and this old, but really once you get back about like 9,000 years or so, and the carbon is just completely wrecked, like it's hard to get exact gauges. Especially when it comes to like human history, how much of it's true, how much of it isn't. It's not like back then. Like nowadays, we have photographs, we have this, we have that, proper logging. But like back then, you're trusting somebody who has a pen and a lot of people following them, and that's about it. And they can lie to those people just like they can lie to us. So yeah, it doesn't
It,
really, you know.
in the video game Assassin's Creed, it showed that we were already like evolutionized and forward in technology, and then everything like started over after like this huge storm and whatnot. Do you think that had occurred where we were ahead at one time and then everything just restarted again?
Oh yeah, well definitely, right? Because we know that the Bronze Age, right? We definitely had certain technologies in the Bronze Age and different cultures and all that kind of stuff, and then like it got erased, just completely erased, and then we didn't have anything again until like Egyptian time.
Right? Or my interest is like Greek fire too. They're like they don't know how to make it, but it burns underwater.
Even like original, it took us a long time to refigure out how to make Damascus steel. Like, there's a lot of stuff that's just kind of lost in history.
Right? They even say that today's Damascus still isn't true Damascus still. That's crazy.
Yeah, no, it's not perfect. We don't know how to exact replicate it.
Another thing I find weird is World War II pre-era steel. Like that one's pretty weird. Who would have knew that all the Earth's steel is poisoned?
I mean,
You would think you could dig deep enough and then use the unpoisoned steel, because if we bury ourselves to protect ourselves from nuclear war, I mean, isn't so much feet of rock underneath, like, fresh?
yeah, but see, I don't know enough about like geology to really know what happens if you bore down like that deeply. It's not one of my fields. Um,
Right.
but I feel like if you dig down deep enough, eventually it's going to become pretty dangerous for like doing certain things. So like in order to mine deep enough down to get like steel that's not slightly tainted, I think we'd have to dig deep enough down where it would be a risk to the people who have to gather it.
No kidding. I figure, like, if you dig a deep enough hole, like, I seen the... what do they call the lead mines? You know, like, deep as hell, and they're built like a football stadium. Looks safe, because they build it like a staircase going deep into the ground. But I don't know how deep steel is. Like you said, I'm no geologist.
Yeah, yeah, I feel like it's probably like there's got to be a reason that we're not digging it out. But no, like yeah, a lot of history. I feel like there's some skewedness to it, but I feel like it's also not. I don't feel like it's a big secret evil government as everybody thinks. I think it's just like
I don't think so either, because if they just recently came out with this nonsense about how Tylenol causes autism, then I lost faith in how much our government actually knows.
right, right, like, and obviously nobody purposely is causing autism in that
It's
extreme of a level on purpose. Just nobody is. I'm
I
sorry.
think it's just a bunch of random old folks with scientists that they can choose to either believe or not believe. It's just like a big belief system.
Yeah, so I think people are doing the best they can. I think a lot of people um, expect like other people to be gods.
I assumed our government was a god of some kind. I figured they're like all knowing and all watching and can see
Right,
freaking
right.
people
So
from
like
satellites at all times.
that's what people do is like they make this weird fantasy of that, and it's like, dude, like the government is like just a body that governs you. Like they're not that much smarter than you are.
They're not that.
They just have smart people who join them and help out, and those smart people are very smart, but those people also are not gods. Like
He's behind
people
this
get
wall.
so mad at the government, and it's like, dude, like these are people.
It's just because it's just a regular person, like say a whiz, and they hired them during their term to be on their team, and then they caught someone really badass, like a really hard criminal.
Mhm.
Like I think that's what makes people think the government's super cool because they from time to time they hire someone cool probably.
I mean, the government is really cool sometimes, and sometimes it's not. The problem is like they're not
I was just
doing
really hoping they'd have secret UFOs and aliens and underground cities and things like
right. So like even if they
communicating.
have that, right, that's not going to tell them very much. Like if they have an alien that they captured with a ship or something, right? I doubt that alien is telling them all of its secrets, and I doubt that they can even speak its language. I doubt that they can.
Or even understand it. It
Right,
probably sounds
right.
like a
Like it's
dog, so it
probably just
sounds.
a one-off thing or a few-off thing where like they crash and then we pick them up and then it's like, what are you? And then that's kind of the end of it. Like you can reverse engineer
Our cars
technology to
have
some degree and you can use that, but you
our
can't expect somebody to be able to know everything and give you all life's answers. Like it's just not that way. The government doesn't know that. Nobody does.
if an alien had the power of interstellar travel, and you know light speed isn't easy to accomplish, I would assume they have the answers to the universe. What would really scare me is if an alien told me it believed in God too. I'd be like, holy shit.
Right. Or what if you end up meeting that alien and the alien is just like, dude, we're just doing the same thing you're doing, flying around and trying to figure stuff out. Like we're ahead, but not that much.
We're just figuring that shit out. For real, that'd be crazy. Holy
Right? Like
crap, I'd be mind
like
blown.
we're sitting there like, oh, if you have interstellar travel, you know the secrets of the universe. Like that's not. That's a
And the aliens were
weird.
like, you guys are only 50 years away from that, so do you guys know the secrets to the
Right,
universe.
right. Or like, what if they get here and then they're like, "Oh, we've got da da da," and they're like, and we're like, "That's amazing," and then like they're like, "What the hell is that?" And we're like, "Oh, that's nuclear energy," and they're like, "We've never seen that before." Like, we just assume because they have one technology ahead of us, all of them are, and it's like that's insane to just think that. Like, dude, they could just have really cool spaceship technology and then have like no modern medicine, be living till they're 20. Like, you don't know the situation, and you're trying to get your government to be gods. You're trying to get answers out of everyone. Everybody wants everything to be spoon fed to them, and it's like, well, the problem is like we need people who do stuff. We need people who learn and grow and want to contribute when they learn and grow. Like they're not looking for money or filing patents for that. They just file a patenting. Like the people who made insulin, right? Like you just give it to the community to do better. Like we don't have
That's gangster. Whoever invented insulin, like, that's gangster. Because you gotta believe that was a health problem for a long time until it was invented.
Oh yeah, yeah. And the fact that when they made it, they were like, "We're not going to charge anything for it. It's a completely free patent. Anyone who wants to use it, use it."
Well, in America, I think they said it's $800 a pen now.
Right, right. So the people who made it, they didn't make that rule. So in America, somebody bought it like a patent thing, and then they've abused it. But the people who made it said
That's
that it should
bad.
always be free. So it's only supposed to cost a few dollars. And in a lot of places, like in the Philippines, I think it's like $16. That's a lot of money there. And it's like, dude, like, but it should be that everywhere, right? So then it wouldn't be a lot of money because you can make it like $2 in the Philippines. Like they need to. They we unfortunately we have a lot of greedy people who lie about other people.
If I was a car salesman, like if I was the owner of Ford or GM or Dodge, I would sell vehicles at a very cheap cost and still be profitable. I've seen that the cost of a car to create it at a factory is only like 5 grand to 8 grand, and these companies are charging 40, $60,000 for these cars sometimes.
Yeah,
It can,
it's really messed up. But in investing, most American investors, there's a very big American investor thing. It's not all over. They have this rule where they want to make at least 10 times profit on a product, always, which is insane.
so
But that's what they
if
do.
they can make a pencil stick for 10 cents, then
It has to be
they
a
want to,
dollar to
no, if
sell.
they can make it, it has to be $1 to sell.
Has to be.
That's
And if you
insane.
don't do that, if you're unwilling to screw people like that, then no bank will ever take your product.
So you're saying like even a can of Pepsi that costs us 50 cents from a vending machine, it probably only costed a nickel to produce?
Yep, it has to, in order for anyone to touch it.
Ah, I hate greedy
I
people
know,
and
dude.
companies. I
It's
mean,
that bad.
I'm grateful for Fortnite. I mean, all
Oh,
games
I'm
should have just
grateful
been
for like a
free.
lot of companies. Remember, the thing is, most companies don't start off greedy. They really don't. So most companies start off for passion, and that's why they become so popular, right? Because for those first 5 years, it's all about passion, and people are being treated right, and then it turns into greed. It turns into like you always have that person who says, "I won't let it turn into greed," right? And they're gonna do better than
Yeah.
the other people, but then they always do, right? So it's like it's not that they're trying to be bad people; it's that they just don't. They're just not going. They're going to
Can you
someone
buy us
addicted.
or bring us back?
Yeah, yeah. Just I'm not exactly sure where the cats are. There should be one in each area, right? Are you watching me or the other guy?
Oh, I was watching past here. Here, I'll switch over. I don't know why I was
Yeah.
spacing out on it. I
I
have
don't
to
know if you
stay
can
up all
guide
night.
me to a reboot ban. I'm not sure there would be one.
Oh, it doesn't show me when I'm dead.
Oh, there's one up ahead.
Oh, right there. I
It doesn't show
was
me either
switched
unless I
this
collect the
round.
cards first. This is the problem. Um. So yeah, it's
I'll
like
be quick. I'll only take me like
people
10
always do
minutes.
this
I'll
thing
smoke
where they
tree.
become like real, real greedy. I can't buy your guys' cards.
No.
Apologies, very awkward.
It's okay. It's okay.
Good news is I probably won't live very long. But Yeah, I don't know. It's just a thing with people. So I do think most companies start off with really good intent. It's just over time, the person in charge or the people in charge or different people get to be in charge and it becomes greed. And it
Oh,
really
I
does
hate it.
ruin most companies after a little while.
My
Yep.
uh my company went bankrupt, Pizza Hut, because our president, our person who ran that shit, he made the decision to purchase Wendy's. He bought like a couple hundred locations, and Wendy's was projected by our Pizza Hut people, like their marketing team, that Wendy's was supposed to become like this next big thing, bigger than McDonald's and Burger King. It was just taken off. So they bought a ton of them, but had no idea how to run them. And those stores costed them hundreds of millions of dollars. It started eating into our Pizza Hut profits, and eventually we had none left to pay our bills or even our vendors. It got to the point to where people that would just take care of our store, monthly, they'd show up and then take care of their monthly dues. They're showing up chewing me out saying, "Why isn't corporate paying these? These invoices aren't paid for." And corporate, they're giving me the runaround saying, "Tell them to email us the invoices and we'll try to get them paid," but they're not paying them and it's been months.
Yeah, that's messed up.
We had people threatening to like put liens on the building because they weren't paying. Yeah, our store was not store. Our company was going pretty wild during COVID-19 on top of Wendy's failing. It was crazy. They ended up selling it when it reduced its size dramatically to Arby's, and we
That's
renamed it NPC International. They renamed it Quality Meats.
hmm, maybe they just finally had the means. That's what.
No one really eats at Arby's here in South Dakota, so I don't know where the fuck Arby's got almost $1 billion to buy the whole company.
Or somebody has to be eating Arby's, or maybe it's just illegally funneled money. We don't know.
Right? Like, what the fuck? It's like Long John Silver's, because here, like, the Arby's lots are always empty.
Weird. Well, maybe it's just like two or three very, very obese people that somehow managed to keep them afloat. I don't know.
Right? Shit. A
Um,
fucking funny story. People that worked with me at Pizza Hut, I'd see them get fatter because, like, I didn't really eat a whole lot. I did eat pizza. I love pizza, but I don't eat it as much as they did. So when I'd hire people from the res and then move them to the capital and make them work, they would start skinny, and then after like 6 months, they'd be big.
the way you say that sounds like some kind of evil Hunger Games thing. You're like, I moved them to the capital. It wasn't
Right?
good enough for them. They still wanted during the games.
They got big. I feel bad, but I'm not gonna prevent them from eating at the store, you see, because like my food costs were legit. We make mistakes sometimes, or sometimes people cancel their orders, and people like free food, especially from the res. They like pizza, so it saves them dollars. So yeah, they got pretty big off pizza all the time.
Yeah, yeah. Pizza will definitely keep weight on you if you want to gain weight. It's a good way to get there. I like when
No.
people do like the stuff where they do like, dude, I've watched people doing keto now, and like I did keto for like 2, 3 months. It was cool. It's nice. You do lose a lot of weight. You get really in shape. It's great. It's also not healthy. Like I don't know who's telling people that's healthy, but like there's a reason that everyone who does keto after like 20 years has Crohn's disease. You can't just tell me that's not a common. Like you could see the link, and they're like, "Well, there's no medical." And it's like, right? You don't. There was no for like 80 years. You had kids smoking cigarettes, and they were still getting cancer. People were like, "Hey, I'm pretty sure the cigarettes are causing cancer," and like some people said the same thing you're saying, and they still got cancer. You don't need the research to correlate. You're all getting Crohn's disease, and all of you switched your diets to have no carbohydrates in it at all, which is not a human thing. They're like, oh well, it's healthier, and it's like it's probably healthy to lose weight, absolutely, because like if you're really really fat, then the weight's unhealthy, right? That makes sense. It's probably not healthy to keep doing it after the weight's gone and your body's like, hey, I haven't had the right amino acid balance in like 12 years. Like,
Right.
it's a difference there. So I feel like, yeah, but if you do want to, I can see the pizza definitely bulking some people up real fast. Because, like, I mean, it's bread. Also, in America, bread isn't even bread, dude. Like, we've got so much sugar in our bread that, like, yeah, you're eating superfoods.
That's what I heard. That's what I heard. There's folks that come in and they have like diabetes and they say they can only eat half a breadstick and that's all they can have. And it makes me feel so bad because, I just drink pop all day and eat as much pizza as I want. If I wanted to have a donut, I could just have it. I feel bad when people
Yeah,
have
but I mean,
diabetes.
most people who. So I feel bad when people like. So right. So like, I've got like diabetes technically, but I just keep my sugar low. But like, I've still got it, right? So it's like you shouldn't feel bad for me because I got diabetes by drinking too much soda and abusing my body, right? So it's my fault. You should never feel bad for that. I feel bad for people who have type 1 where they were born with it. I feel awful for them. And I hope it gets cured for them and they're taken care of. And I don't get me wrong, I'd love to have a cure for us too. But it's not, I'm not a sad story. Does that make sense? Like, this was my choice. I could have backed out at any time. There was plenty of time to back out. And I just chose to be stupid. So, like,
Oh,
it's not really, you should never feel bad for that. But I do, like, people don't understand, like, American food you don't have to eat a lot of American food to become diabetic. You only have to eat some for a little while. So if you drink, 4 or 5 sodas a day for a couple of months, you don't have the right genetics. You might be diabetic because there's so many calories and there's so much sugar and there's so much carbs. Like, we don't make food in America. We make superfood, and that's not on an accident. Like, we did that on purpose. Like, we we went through the Great Depression, so all the food companies were horrified. So they started putting in gluten, they started putting in all these chemicals, and it's like, and they work really, really well. There's servings on your thing, right? But nobody's going to be like, oh, I want to have, half a can of ravioli. So they're going to pour out half a can, and then they're like, all right, I'm good. That was my meal. That's
right.
my
It doesn't make sense. You see an individual sized item and it says serving size 3 or 2 and you're
Right,
like,
right. But
what?
like, but it kind of does make sense in a way, right? So you don't want to have all that individual packaging, this and that. I get that too. Plus, if you make it smaller, people are going to buy more anyways. But like, it's kind of our own lack of discipline, and we blame it on everyone else. Does that make sense? Like, it's like
Yeah.
we're, I've nobody else in all of human history would complain that they have superfood for $5. They can live for 4 days if they just go eat canned food. Like, that's crazy.
I heard a jar of peanut butter, like homeless people, they can get a jar of peanut butter and survive a week.
Right, right. This is what I mean. Like, these are things that we didn't make superfood because we didn't know how to make normal food. We made superfood because we were like, let's be never starving again. And it worked. And now we complain about it. And it's like, well, we just don't have any self control. And they're like, yeah, but I just want to keep eating. And it's like, right, okay, so this is a you issue. Like, the food companies aren't poisoning you. They tell you exactly what you should eat when you eat their food. You're eating 4 times the amount at every meal, and then you're saying they're monsters. You don't have to buy the product. If you want to buy a Canadian product, you can go to Amazon and do that.
Oh shit, let's go lobby real quick so I can smoke some. I don't know how late you're staying up tonight, but I have to stay up all night. All night being like I have to get off in 1 hour and 10 minutes. It's 'cause my kid has a surgery in the morning for his teeth.
Oh, okay. I hope that goes well. I might
I'm really
actually
excited
hop
for it.
off
He's been
because
in a lot of
I've
pain.
only slept maybe 3 or 4 hours in the last 2 days due to my girl being a little bit nutso right now.
I apologize about that. Like I said, I've been there, done
No,
that.
dude, so
I'm
it's not,
honestly much happier that it's over. It did take a long time, and you staying single is a better thing than
Oh yeah,
ending a
yeah, no, I
relationship
have
because
no
I did
interest
that
in
and it was
dating
awful.
somebody new. But like, if we do end, like I don't even have, like, I don't talk to other chicks other than like chicks that she talks to and I'm around. But like, I don't talk to chick like I don't go off and venture and have chicks on the friends list. None of that stuff. I don't even have interest in that. So people who date a lot, I've noticed something about them. They're boring. They just are.
Bored.
Like, most people who date a lot are very boring and they have time to date a lot. You don't have a lot of time to date if you're an interesting person because you're doing interesting things. And interesting things take up energy and time, right? Like, Elon Musk has a lot of kids, and he dates people, but he doesn't stay with people. And if you were to ask him, does he want to be with one of his wives or build rocket ships? It's always going to be building rocket ships. And I guarantee you, the reason that he hasn't had a lot of like wives that just stick around and are with him forever is because it's really hard to dedicate time to a wife and rocket ships. So
Right.
it's it's like that, right? Like you people who date a lot of different people are normally really boring people who don't have a lot going on. So it's like it's not that I don't want to like I wouldn't find love again and I'd never marry anybody. It's that I literally probably won't. Like I don't the only reason I met her was completely random, accidentally on Fortnite on a video game thing. And it probably would have just stayed that had she not been someone I cared about. Like it doesn't I'm not gonna go out and seek a relationship and I'm not gonna
You
go
met
out
your
and
girlfriend on Fortnite?
pursue that kind of stuff. Yeah, yeah. So I literally met her on Fortnite and then I was like, oh cool, and then we just moved in together. That was it.
Wow, cool. You
Um
guys live in the same state when you met her?
no, so I lived in New York and she was Canada, but it's like a 4 hour drive. So it's
That's cool as
super
shit.
close. Yeah, yeah.
You drove to Canada or she drove to you?
So she actually ended up coming here. So her family, oh no, no. If I go to Canada, her family would probably kill me. They're terrible people. They've death threatened me like 4 times. Um, yeah, no, I absolutely adore her. Again, she's a good heart. She's just a bad person right now, and I can't be around her, dude. It's like she makes my day miserable. I'm happy, everything is good. She comes around and then it's negative and she's angry and she's pissed off and she wants to gossip and she wants to be rude and she's always got attitude and it's like, dude, like you're not aware of what you're doing and you can't talk to her because everything insults her. You literally can't say like you're being mean because she'll lose her shit. And it's like, dude, what happened to you? Like you're it's you know what it is? It's not that it's making me angry because I get angry
It
in a
could be,
moment because I argue with
it's
it.
mentally exhausting.
It's not even mentally exhausting. So I have a certain standard for myself, right? Like I don't just sit there and shit talk people all day. I talk about science, I talk about math, I talk about chemistry, I talk about business, I talk about happy shit. I'll talk to my friends about their troubles, right? But I'm not gonna sit there and like talk about how her sister's not a great person. And I could sit here and go on for hours and hours and hours about all the evil stuff she's done and how bad of a person she is, right? But I don't want to do that. I have better things to do with my energy and time. So I'm so disappointed in her. I'm so frustrated with seeing her be such a low level of human function that my brain, in the way that it works, is to the point where it's like, well, because you're not interesting anymore, you're not worth my energy to be in love with. And that's just how my brain works. Like you have to be a an interesting person. I don't want to be with somebody who's boring. Like if I wanted to date somebody who just wants to live for drama and anguish and
You would have dated a
ego
Kardashian.
boost, I would have dated somebody who is a pretentious jerk. I dated you because you had a soft heart and you weren't like that. I don't want to be with someone like that. So it's very like disappointing to have to keep dealing with this version of her that is so beneath me that I can't stand next to her because it's like she's sitting at my feet and I feel like I'm with somebody of such low value. It's not worth my time, right? My time has value and you're making your time less valuable than mine. So I don't really want to sit with you. And it's kind of at that point. Like I'm like, if I can't fix you and you're not going to fix yourself, we were talking about like, all right, so right last week we were building cartoons, we were working with AI, we're working on video games, she's getting educated, we're working on learning languages. Now we're talking garbage about people all day. I don't want to do that.
No,
I don't have time for that. It's not interesting to me. If you're not gonna bring up anything with circular calculus throughout the whole week, then you're not the person I love. I know that sounds terrible, but that's kind of where I'm at. Like I don't want to date someone who's boring, and I do find people at that intellectual low level to be boring. And like, she doesn't have to be that way. I know she's not. I know she's capable of more than the Neanderthal she's walking around with, and I don't say Neanderthal in a mean way. I mean they're Neanderthals. Like these people can't articulate a conversation to save their lives. It's all just negative, negative, negative. You want to trash talk people, and it's like, no, I want to hear how your
If
day's
you
been, like work,
if you broke up with
life.
your girlfriend, does she have to go back to Canada?
So she's in Canada right now visiting family, which might be the problem. But no, no. I mean, she's smart enough; she could just get her U.S. stuff and be fine. She doesn't.
You could like break up online. You don't have to worry about her getting mad at you since she's in another country.
Oh yeah, yeah. So I'm already kind of telling her I don't want anything to do with her because I'm just like, dude, it's just the gaslighting level is insane. And then I'll call out her gaslighting, and then she'll be like, "That's not what I'm doing." And I was like, "Yes, it is." And then she's like, "No, because you did it." I'm like, "Right," and that's just you antagonizing me and trying to gaslight from here and there. And then she'd be like, "No, da 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 da." I'm like, "That's just you lying." Then she'd be like, "You're not remembering right. Listen." And I'm like, "I don't care if I'm remembering right." I'm like, "You understand? It doesn't matter why you're mad. It doesn't matter what's got you angry. It doesn't matter what's got me angry. None of that matters. If you want to be with me because I'm amazing, and I know I am, then you have to keep me happy. You have to keep me wanting to be with you. That's the only task you have here. So you have to be the kind of person that you were, that I loved, with a kind heart and interesting topics, so that I can stay in love with you and want to be with you. Because no matter what this conversation is, no matter how you feel about it, the truth is there's no issues here. You just aren't the person I want you to be. And if you can't be that person, then I'm not going to be able to stay with you because I'm not changing from who we were into this new version of you that is less than we are. And she just isn't listening to that. And I'm just like, so she gets angry and irate, and then she'll try to like manipulate her way into me admitting I'm wrong about things that don't even exist and her being right about things that don't even exist. And all these ways that like
It's probably
she's
a good thing that you're leaving her because it could eventually change you if you kept on appeasing to her to make
oh no,
sure that you
nothing could
keep her
change me.
happy.
That's what's making her mad. Nothing can
Yeah.
change me. See, I don't. In order for me to change, I have to not be the best thing in the room. And in this way, I am boastful and proud. I am almost always the best thing in the room. If you want to put me in the room with like one of Elon Musk texts and stuff, okay, I'll listen. I guarantee you those people are better than I am. But if you put me in an average room with average people, I'll be amenable, but I'll never completely give you rights over my thoughts, right? So like I'll be like, oh, okay, that's cool. Oh, okay, that's cool. But if you want to tell me who I'm going to be and how I'm going to think, no. Like you're not going to be a bad person, and that's going to make me a bad person. I'm still going to be a good person.
I know how to control your thoughts over the internet. You want me to show you?
Sure.
You are now breathing manually.
I'm always breathing manually. That's not normal.
I just wanted to say that and trip you out.
um,
You know, everyone breathes automatically until they think about it.
I think I think you're always breathing manually and automatically, but maybe you're right. Maybe you are controlling me. I don't know. But I'm still a happy person, and I still don't want to just sit here and trash talk other people. I love
For
my girl
sure.
to death. I just want her to be her. She's like, she just, she's lost her muchness.
I wish I knew the words or advice to give you to help save it, because I'm not really the one
No,
to give
so
advice
this,
for
so
breakups.
here's the thing.
I'm
You
more of a
can't
save it kind
save
of
it,
person.
right? So I can't save it. You can't save it. Our conversation can't save it. Advice can't save it because there's nothing wrong. She just has to make the choices of who she wants to be, and then she'll get the result that she gets. I hope she changes her ways and goes back to who she was because it's literally only 5 days ago. But I'm hoping she's not doing enough damage in this time and keeping secrets that I don't know about, where she's destroyed everything and every chance.
When you say keep secrets, do you mean cheating?
Um, so right, so not I don't mind if she cheats. That wouldn't crush me. If she slept with another person, that wouldn't be what crushed me. It'd just be the lie. So like if she was right now to ask me if she was like, "Can I go have sex with this guy?" I probably wouldn't care. So I worked in the adult industry extensively with like models and stuff when I was younger. So promiscuous stuff really doesn't bother me at all. She can go do anything she wants if she asks permission, as long as it's not like she's not getting pregnant, she's using safe sex, she's being polite, and it's like a guy who's not disrespectful to me in any way. I'd probably just be like, yeah, that's fine. Go out, enjoy yourself for a night. Don't make it a normal thing once or twice a year. Go ahead. That doesn't bother me. That's what I'm saying. This is like my level of chill. As long as she's, still her and she's still an interesting person and she's still able to do science and able to do math and she enjoys like doing like the broader things in life, I don't care if she goes and has a few promiscuous nights at Vegas. Go have fun. Like your body, we can build you a new one if you destroy it. Don't worry. Like I'm not that kind of person where I think on that level. It's that it's the disloyalty of it, right? So like if she was to lie, that would bother me more than if she was to cheat because she could just ask permission and I'll probably let her sleep with somebody if she wants to with no issue. It's that disloyalty, it's that dishonesty. These are features that, for me, in an individual that you are loyal to, you don't have, right? So I'll be dishonest with a stranger if I feel like it. I try not to if they haven't ever done anything wrong to me, but if somebody's trolling me or being a jerk, sure, no problem. Um, but I'm not going to be dishonest with my partner ever. It's just not a thing that I believe is right, right? If she asks me for my passwords, they're hers. If she asks me for email, it's hers. She asks me for any kind of secrets I've ever had, they're hers. If it can put me in jail, I don't care. Like that's where it's at. That's my partner. I have no disloyalties to my partner. So it's the act of disloyalty to me. It's not the act of cheating. It's not the act of this or that. It's the act of disrespect of being rude in your tone, right? It's the act of not being forthcoming. These kind
I
of
have a
things
question.
bother me much more. Yeah.
I have a question. I won't ever disrespect your loyalty, but how can I be a good friend how can I be a good friend to you as a Fortnite friend? Does that make sense?
Oh, it's easy to be a good friend, man.
Just
But
doing
so
what I'm
for
doing?
a friend, like you can lie to me, you can mock me, like you're just my friend. I'm not bringing you throughout my whole life. We're not getting married.
I
Like
won't lie to you, but I probably will pick on you here and
oh
there.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
just
that's completely normal. Like my friends call me silly faggot and all these kind of things all the time, and like
oh no, I
things
wouldn't
that would
I
insult
wouldn't call
other
you a
people.
faggot. It's
And
messed
I'm
up.
like, yeah, yeah. Like I've got friends who just call me a jerk. I've got friends who call me a faggot. I've got friends who call me asshole. I got friends who call me every line you could ever imagine, and I
I get
consider them
called
close
asshole a
friends.
lot. Yeah.
Right, and I don't consider that disrespect. I actually consider that a form of respect. I enjoy that they can be so comfortable with me that they know like they can joust, and I don't really care too much. It's not a big deal. It's different with your partner because that's your partner, right? So like I can call my girl a bitch, absolutely. I can say it to her 100 times, and she can call me an a hole 100 times, and I can get over that no problem. It'll frustrate me, but it won't make me end the relationship or anything like that. But my friends can't call her bitch. See, and I'll cut them off in line, right? But her friends can call me an a hole and this and that, and she'll join in with them. And when she does stuff like that, that's an act of disrespect. And I'm like, you don't do that. We're partners. I have your back no matter what because if somebody starts shooting guns off in here, I'm the only one who's jumping in front of you. I can guarantee that. So that's how that works. You have those levels of respect, and then you have those levels of loyalty. Like if one of her friends was to text me and try to get with me, immediately the first thing I'm doing is texting her and be like, "This friend's a snake, and you shouldn't have her." Like that's just how it is. She
It was the
doesn't
same way with
have
my
that because
ex.
she's always wanting to people please, and that's her
My
biggest
my
flaw.
ex my ex was crazy because she was people pleasing so hard. She didn't believe me when I was showing her, your own friend is writing me, trying to get with me right now and tell me to break
Hmm.
up with you. And she kept saying, I don't believe you.
Yeah, yeah, it was like it's
Crazy.
bad, dude. Like she's always people pleasing, and then like she's gotten better at not people pleasing old people that have injected into our relationship negatives before. But whenever anyone new comes around, it's like, oh, people please, people please, people please. And it's like the people that she's trying to please are of lower caliber mindset, right? So they talk about people, they don't really do a lot. They're very broken. I'm gonna try to be the most politest words I can. They're very broken people, and her family consists of very broken people. And so she has all these people visiting now from like this time of the year, and the people who are visiting are broken. They're broken. And so instead of her being the example of what is right, because she knows what is right, she's trying to please and appease them and make them happy and make them like her. So she's doing negative influences instead. And it's like, you're becoming the kind of person that I am uninterested in hanging out with because you're boring now. And it's not that you're boring in like a bad way. It's you're boring because you're not the woman I love. Like I find very few people in the world heavily interesting. Um, I found her interesting before. Now she's back to being like every other typical girl, and that's great. But I wasn't going to spend my life with a typical person. So that's kind of where I'm at, I suppose.
It's it's not a bad place to be.
No, no, it's not.
There's worse spots to be. And there's always like in a restaurant, you always gotta improve something in the restaurant every day or every month or every week. There's always something to improve. There's always not nothing to improve. There's always something to improve. And in your case, you've mastered life, you've mastered happiness. You're pretty good at games, I can tell by your shit.
Yeah, so right now I'm terrible at Fortnite because I'm rusty, but I am pretty darn good at Fortnite.
You're literally designing games, designing code, speaking
Oh yeah,
multiple
that kind of stuff
languages
is
and doing
easy.
shit.
Like
You
honestly,
got you got you got life handled.
life is easy. I know, and I'm not saying it's always easy. I understand for a lot of people it's hard. But like even my worst days, right? Even when I've been homeless, I've never been scared. I've never thought, oh God, I can't get off the street. It's always easy. Like it's just easy. It's easy to learn new math. It's easy to learn physics. It's easy to learn new skills. It's easy to go to school. It's easy to balance money. It's easy to balance life. It's easy to keep your health up. Like these things are just easy. So it's like if you want to do them, you will, and if you don't, you don't. I'm lazy a lot. Like I'm probably one of the laziest people you will ever meet, and I'm lazy because I've found nothing worth putting effort into.
You know, I
Everything.
heard that lazy people are actually smarter because then they find ways to do tasks in a easier way that makes life easier for others. They invent things that make life easier for others to do it more simpler and faster and quicker and
Yeah, so
better.
I have invented some security stuff and stuff, and that's nice. But like, it's just so the reason I'm lazy is just because there's nothing that much to put effort into. Like, unless I want to create something new to save humanity, and I'm really not that kind of person. I only do stuff if I want to do it, if it's like a hobby, and nothing has ever been challenging in life. Like, I can honestly say I've never had a challenge in life. And that's not
Did you
bad.
invent that cybersecurity at Walmart where it sees if you put your groceries in the cart or not?
Yes, it's really cool actually. So that actually started in Amazon. So it was an Amazon technology, and then it got re-licensed, and then re-upgraded, and then modified, and then re-patented for Walmart stuff. It's really
That's
weird.
cool.
Yeah,
So it can like tell if you
yeah,
put
pretty
it in the
much.
thing
So
or not.
originally, out in California, there was like Amazon shops, and they had this cart system that they designed, and it was for shopping, not for shoplifting. And it was like you just put the item in your cart, and then it would, when you walk out of the store, it would automatically charge the items in your cart to your Amazon account. So they were using that technology, and then they brought it into there. Originally, it's from Japan, but yeah. Um, but yeah, no, I mean, it's just she's just been being a bit of a little like monster lately, and I'm just like I'm hoping that she can come out of her funk and save some face for herself. At this point, she's gonna have to do some definite things to to make me forgive her. And when I say definitely like hard things, I mean like a genuine apology with rare transparency. I know it's a lot to ask, but that's where I'm at.
I heard it.
The other
If
thing
you
is
take
like she doesn't
time.
understand like I don't know how she doesn't understand this, but so we've been together for 3 years, right? And this is not the first time that she's done stuff like this, and this is certainly not the worst thing she's done. Um, it's just the longest she's had this little bleh attitude. But like I don't. So she, it's like her mind doesn't remember yesterday. So she's done this before, which is why it's so frustrating. She's done this multiple times. And it always ends in the same way. She breaks down crying, she apologizes, and then she realizes like she's like, "Oh, I was being stupid." And it's like, right, but like the thing that frustrates me the most is like the people who are convincing her to do this stuff are they probably have average IQs at best. And it's really frustrating to see her falling into something that she knows she insults on a daily basis when she's not in it. Like she'll see people like that on like TV and she'll be like, how are they that illogical? And then it's like, but now you're being illogical. It's so frustrating. And then she knows how I am. Like there has to be a piece of her somewhere that knows like, hey, I've been doing this and this and this and this and this and this and this I haven't told you, this and this I have. And it could be world shattering information to other people. Like she could be like, I gangbanged 20 guys last night and I hid a bunch of money from you and I did this and this and this. And if she was being genuinely honest and apologized, my answer would probably be like, oh, you're okay. Don't do it again. Like that's how I am. And she knows this. And instead she's driving me kookaducks with like all this weird side gaslight yelling this, that. And it's like, dude, what are you doing? Like you're just so unhinged right now. I can't talk to you. And it's been frustrating, man. Because I have stuff to do, important stuff, not
Don't let her
squabbly
take from your
stuff.
cup.
No, that's fine if she takes from my cup. My cup's unlimited. I'm a Jew. It's just that
I'm a Jew.
she needs to, at some point, fill up her cup so I feel like I'm talking to somebody who's not drunk. Because it's bad.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm disappointed with the conversations. Like, I love an honest conversation. I love an intelligent conversation. You're, I don't want to watch a fantasy movie while you talk. And I'm not, I can
Could you take her
pretend I don't know when she's lying.
to therapy? Like couple therapy?
Oh no, she doesn't even need therapy. She just needs to stop being a doofus. Um, that's the thing. You don't get therapy for like something that's not broken. You just stop being a weirdo. Like that's this isn't like she's like on. She's aware of what she's doing. She's smart enough where I know she knows she's just making bad choices right now, and she's
Yeah.
just not
Like what you
willing
said,
to
gaslighting, yeah.
be wrong. So she's trying to gaslight and manipulate because she's so unaccountable right now because the people she's sitting around are unaccountable. And it's like, dude, like you're the better person. You should be doing the influencing. Like I'm just so disappointed in myself and her. I'm disappointed in her for being so basic, and I'm disappointed in myself for allowing myself to be with somebody who's acting basic. So these two things together are frustrating.
Damn.
So like I know it sounds terrible to say it, but like if we do end up breaking up fully and not being together, I'm breaking up with her because she lowered her caliber of self. And like that's a really sad reason to break up because now that makes me sound like a potential douche when I say it. Like I can't be like, oh well, her sister's gaslighting and da da da. Like I could say like I have emotions like a normal person does, but I don't. I really, really don't. Like so So, for example, I'm not gay at all, but if you were like, do you want to be in a relationship with Bill Gates because of his mind? Absolutely. Yep, let's build something. Like, I don't care. I'll do gay sex if I can build
Shit,
something really
yes, let's
cool.
build something.
Right?
Let's
Like,
go.
that's where it is to me. Like, I don't have this normal human logic of like feelings. I make my feelings, I generate them. I can put them in any area I need to. I like to put them inside of higher feelings. I like having joy. I like having kindness. I like having community and socialism. I can do the other ones just fine, but they're a waste of my energy and space because those are for low level people. And I don't mean that in a mean way. I'm not trying to say it in a rude way. It's just like the reason that like 10% of people run the world is because 90% of people are not worth the time. And I don't mind giving money and charity and like having those people in the world. It's important, right? You can't have an ant colony without enough ants to help the queens. But you don't need. I'm not gonna go mingle with those ants. I'm gonna let those ants be those ants. I'm not gonna go talk about how we're going to betray the company or we're going to betray the herd or we're going to go slaughter each other in the dashes or how Democrats are evil and Republicans are evil. Like, if this was my job, I would do that stuff, but it's not my job. So I want my day to be filled with learning new math, new physics. If the government is run by Democrats and they want to like take my mind and they're like, hey, can you build me something? And it's like, okay, here you go. And if Republicans run it, okay, here you go. Like, I don't care about those kind of things. They just don't interest me. And she's going down those roads and it's like, dude, like, you're boring me. Like, you're really, really boring me. Like, you are not interesting anymore. I love you to death, but how can I love somebody who's getting boring?
Makes sense.
And I know I should be upset with like the cheating and stuff. Like, she's cheated on me. That never bothered me. Just the lying to me. It's actually kind of hot, like her cheating, because she's hot as heck. I'm like, hey, cheat. If I get a video, I don't care.
It's
Cheat
not
twice.
unusual that you let her cheat. I've seen that happen in relationships. It
Right, right.
can
So like
like
I
stay
don't
multiple
care.
times. It's
So
not
it
uncommon.
wouldn't be because I don't consider it cheating, right? So it's only cheating if you're disloyal to me. If you text me and you're
Yeah.
like, "Hey, I'm going to sleep with this guy. Can I?" I'll tell you yes or no. Half the time it'll probably be yes. Half the time it'll probably be no. If right now she's in Canada, she's out of town. I'm not going to see you for 4 months. You want to have like a little side few guys while you're there. Don't create a relationship out of it. Just like having sex or whatever. Sure, go ahead. I don't care. Like, I really don't, as long as
My
you're still, learning new languages with me and we're still doing engineering and we're still doing all of that, I don't care about those things. Those things are
my girlfriend and
things.
I we have a interesting sex life too. I like sex a lot and I like pleasing her a lot and I also like three ways. I know you mentioned earlier you're in the porn industry or something. I've
Yeah,
never been
yeah.
in the
So I
porn
worked in the
industry,
adult
but I like to
industry.
perform like I am.
I worked in the adult industry for 6 years. So, like, I've managed girls who have slept with thousands of men. Like, that
I
stuff
believe it.
just
I
doesn't.
googled it to see how much porn stars get laid, and they get laid a lot.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh
In one day
yeah. Like,
even.
the average girl does about 2 to 3 scenes a week with like 5 or 10 guys. So yeah, it's pretty normal. But
So
like,
my girlfriend has like super hot friends because she's like one of the popular girls in her school. She's hot herself, has a good soul. So pretty much if she declares like asks one of her friends, "Hey, fuck this dude," they'll do it. And I never begged her for any of this out of disrespect. I just told her what I was interested in and what I'm into before we even dated and we became a thing. And then one day randomly, she gave me her best friend as a gift. She's like, "Go ahead, have her." And I was like, "Whoa, holy shit." She did it
yeah.
all
So
months
like,
with the other friends.
your bedroom life is whatever you're. So people always go like, oh, if you a girl are sleeping with other people, your relationship, of course, it will fail. I met porn stars who were in their 60s and they
In
had
their
sex with
60s.
plenty of people and they had the nicest marriages. They were the most loyal couples. They don't cheat on each other. Like, everything is consensual. So I think that's always like personal choices and beliefs and stuff. For me, it's just that, like, right? So here's how it works, right? If you can be a loyal wife and you will never sleep with another man and you will forever only sleep with me and you'll make food every day, and you'll clean the house every day, and you'll do all these awesome wifely duties. That's cool. I don't give a fuck. I don't want any of that. I can get a fucking maid. I don't care about that shit. Can you fucking build a particle reactor with me? And if you can't, I don't want you. So that's how I am. Like, I don't give a fuck if you fuck
Your
other
girlfriend now
guys.
is probably super fucking smart
Right, right.
and
When I
capable with
met
the
her,
particle
she
reactor.
was like, when I met my girl, she was normal. I don't mean it in a mean way, but her personal educational level was like very normal, which I consider low, right? So now she's not there anymore, right? So now she can do stock investing. She knows the basics of graphic design. She's learned like all of your history for like technologies and this and that and wars, and she's still learning, but she's on those paths, so she has interesting topics to speak on. She's learning coding, she's learning math, she's learning science, she's learning astronomy. Like, she's learning things, and it's like I enjoy the educated woman who can tell me like, oh, that's how da 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 works. I enjoy the educated woman that when other people talk on TV, she's like, I don't want to watch this. This is boring. And we go watch a documentary instead. Like, that's, you
That's
became
super cool
a
that you're
better
looking for that in your
person.
girlfriend. I figured I had to find that in a bro. I didn't know it was possible to find
Right.
that in a
But I
female.
made that in her, and I've been trying to make
That's
that in her
cool.
because there's too many, most people are boring. I don't want someone boring. And I don't want somebody disloyal because I need your loyalty so that we can do more together. Like, if I can't
It
do
makes
more
sense. You want
science
someone
with
to
you,
excite your mind, do things with you, and
right, right. Like, that's all I care about. So that's what I'm saying. Like, this
at least have a conversation about
craziness.
nonsense like a fucking
That's what I'm saying. Like,
robot
I
that can
will
fuck
talk
you.
with her, and I'm like, you're angry, you're being a jerk, and you're being mean, and you don't even know why. And she's like, no, I'm not. And it's like, dude, look at that. And then she's like, ah, and I'm like, I want to talk about something other today than your weird
I
hypocritical
don't know if it.
ignorant stuff. Like, I don't have time for being weird. Like, I know it's because she's hanging out with other girls who are a very simple, basic level caliber, and guys who are of that same nature. And it's like, and I don't care if you want to go play with the primates for a while, but when you come home, don't be one. Like, you want to go to the zoo and have fun, go do that. But when you come home, you can't fling shit across our house because we're not like that. So it's annoying because I've got
You're right,
nothing to
right.
talk about with her because she keeps just wanting to do the same stuff that she's doing with those people with me. It's like, babe, we've never done that. So why would I want to start doing that now? Like, there's a reason I avoid being that way, because tomorrow when I wake up, I still want to be a person in at least the same caliber of where I'm at. Like, if we start gossiping a lot about other people in negative ways, right? Okay, so that's going to lower who we are. And then we're not going to be doing things anymore. And then that gossip and the negative people is going to become a bad habit that's going to lead to other bad habits. And then that's going to make us lie more. And that's going to turn us into hypocrites. And like, these are the things that make people uninteresting. I want to be interesting. I want to have a nice, interesting life. And she's making it so impossible that I'm just so frustrated because I'm like, I'm just so disappointed that now the person who I used to have a fun, exciting day with, we got to talk about like a nothing.
Drama,
It's
negative,
not even, it's
nothing,
nothing. Yeah, it's just wasting of time.
nothing.
We're just
Even if you're
sitting
gonna
there
talk about nothing, at least let
wasting
it be
time.
interesting.
And then if I
Then
don't
let
want
it
to
be
waste
interesting.
time with you, you want to be fighting, which just wastes more time. And it's like, she doesn't even see she's doing it. She has no idea. And it's making me so irate because I'm just like, I don't want to deal with this. So then I feel bad because I'm like, well, now I'm being like rude and obnoxious. I don't want to be that kind of person. So it's so frustrating. I have no idea. She needs to get out of this funk, or it's going to just be like, I don't know. I'm going to. either a break up with her or I'll like kidnap her and take her to the Middle East. One of those two. I'm Israelite, you know.
You're
We
funny.
have options. But no, like she
I
just won't. I won't really kidnap her. Of course, that is a joke.
no, I
She
hear you.
just
I joke,
like
talk shit all the time
she
too.
just won't stop doing this, and it's like, dude, I don't want to do this. Like, well, like okay, so she'll start like if I won't gossip with her about someone she wants to, she'll start gossiping about other people, right? So she'll start like she was just hanging out with her sister and having fun with her, but now she wants to trash talk her sister, and it's like I don't like your sister. I'll trash talk your sister for 3 or 4 minutes. Sure. She's a jerk, like I always say. All right. Next subject, because I want to go, like, I'll be like, do you want to watch a movie? Nope. Do you want to study something? No. What do you want to do? Well, I guess we could just sit here and watch YouTube. Okay. What do you want to watch on YouTube? I did, and then it's just complaining about another person. And it's like, dude, like, we haven't done anything for the last 48 hours, but you trying to create weird, chaotic drama for no reason. This is not an enjoyable amount of way to spend our time. Like, I feel like I'm just wasting energy now. And for someone like me, that's not good.
Can I can I ask you a question again?
Yeah, of course.
Were you serious about the Pizza Hut thing or no?
No, no, I'm 100% serious.
I have to tell you, like, I'm a very interesting, hardworking individual, and
No, no, so it's
shit, if
not
you
even like a
sent me,
loan. So, like, the thing is, like, so I don't have a
if
lot
you,
of friends. I only have maybe 6 or 7 friends. Um, but yeah, no, if my oil shares go off and I have like $1 billion, I'm going to spend most of that money on nothing. Like I do mean nothing.
do
Like
you,
I'm going to buy stuff, but I'm going to
I have a
lose.
question. Do you know if, when that is gonna be?
I have no idea, but I think by like 2028 ish.
What's it called? I
So I've
know I have what it takes to help a lot of people, and I really want to run my own business because I wouldn't change it. I know you like to try different ballparks and do different
Oh yeah,
things
no, no,
to
no.
grow
So
your
like
wealth.
literally, if I end up
I
making
would
that
stay with
money,
it.
I'll just give you like $2 million to start your business and get your house. You don't owe me anything. There's no paying me back later. It doesn't have to be an investment. As long as the
That's
only way
insane.
that
You
I
don't
see it
even have a
as an
name, dude.
investment is like if you do good and you're happy because you're somebody that I hang out with and because you have a good personality, because you have a good heart, that's payment for me, right? Because your business is going to help people, your house is going to help you and your kids. That doesn't matter to me.
I
That's
would do
perfectly okay.
so good, and I would be so happy. It wouldn't even be like a
Yeah, that's what I
live
mean. And
rich
then like
thing. It would be like a live okay thing. I
if
can
the
afford food
business
now, afford
doesn't
clothes.
go super well and it fails and I make another $1 billion, I'll give you another 2 million to start a new business. It's just like I don't at that level of money, I'm probably gonna use 30 million for myself to do stupid stuff that I don't even need to do. I could probably get by easily
I
in like 5 million and just live my life happy. So it's
I don't
like
know that word in business. Failure. I've
I
never
think
failed in
I
business
think
before.
businesses are meant to fail. So I don't think they're meant to fail immediately, but no business is going to last you 10,000 years. It just won't happen.
Oh, for
The
sure.
world changes too much. So I think businesses are a very temporary thing, anyways. Like, as long as you get, enough success out of them where you get to have a better life for at least 5, 6, 7, 10 years, I think that's more than enough where, like, okay, you did really good. You can start a new business. Like, you're going to eventually fall off. It's just natural. It's normal. And as we have a new evolving world that is evolving incredibly quick for technologies, as long as that goes, I don't think we're going to have like much businesses in a couple 100 years here. Like I
I
really
have to tell you
don't.
something that's important. Okay, so I really look forward to running Pizza Hut. I could start like a laundromat or a car wash and still make money and not have to worry about it failing, but Pizza Hut's my passion and that's why I know it would grow and succeed. It's because like, why would I throw something that I'm not passionate about, you know? I know I could do it really well, but I just love
Oh yeah, I
Pizza
think
Hut.
it's so like if you could make $1 million or $500,000, where depending where you
Oh,
live, owning
my
a
store was
pizza company,
1.1,
right?
1.1 mil
So
a
if
year.
you
Yeah.
own a pizza company and you're making 500,000, or you could own a car dealership and you can make 10 million, right? But you're passionate about like having a pizza place and you're not passionate, then you should do the one you're passionate about. Like you
Yes.
can always chase money, but you'll never make more money chasing money than you will make chasing passion, because when you chase money, you might make more money in the long run and you might make bigger sums of money, but that money is not going to bring you the same happiness, because every day when you go into work, you're trading your happiness for those hours. But if you're
If I
making 500,000, but you go into work and you're smiling every day and this is where you love being, and that's, the next 10,
right?
20 years of that, that's still making you more money, because your money is actually just your time, and how much you enjoy that time is how much money you're making. You only need
So
enough to live on.
I have to tell you a short story. It's important though. So when my friends passed away and I got out of it like a bad relationship, similar to yours, but not exactly. My girlfriend wasn't super smart. Anyways, um, I got into like a sort of depression and I drank, and I've been sober my whole life, but in for 2 years there I drank because I figured why not, and then I got a DUI and wasn't able to become a store manager anymore, so now I'm jobless. But anyways, since I've moved to this city that I'm in, I met a gentleman who worked at a coffee shop with me when I was just a barista, and he got fired wrongfully, and he sued them for 20 million, and he ended up winning 14 million. And he was gonna help me with my Pizza Hut dream, and he ended up not really helping me or my family at all.
I'm
He
sorry about that.
made us wait a year, and he was I don't know how to explain this. He's gay, and he made us wait a year, and in that year he was being very torturative, and he was like, "Do what I say, do what I tell you to do. When I say jump, it means how high." He was
Oh,
like
he was
torturing my
a
girlfriend and
dominant.
I. Yeah, and then
So that
by the
doesn't really.
time
So see, so I'm a dominant, right? So like my girl is my submissive, and I love her to death. But like I'm
near the
only a
time that he
dominant to
was
my
gonna get
girl. I'm not a
near the
dominant
time he
to
was gonna
like
get paid,
other
he told me
people.
to he told me to break up with my girlfriend for him or we don't get anything, and I didn't do that. Obviously,
Yeah,
I'm
of
not a weirdo.
course. No, you would never break up with love for money. That'd be insane. Um,
But the part that I didn't tell you, I'm actually bi, and I get to explore that with my girlfriend. But with this gentleman, I'm not interested in exploring it because he's a creep and he's controlling and he's a dick. He's a bastard, and he fooled my family to believe that there was light at the end of the tunnel. He was narcissistic and controlling, and we put up with it for a while until one day we just said no more. But yeah, it was crazy because it was like a dream come true. We even told our families like things are gonna be okay, and then once that year came, and then nothing happened.
I'm sorry, man. I sent you my Discord, by the way.
On what'd you send me your Discord on?
I sent it on the Fortnite chat.
Hold on, let me see. How do I look at that?
So like yeah, no,
Oh,
I
okay.
don't need anything in return. You guys can just have that with no problem at all. Um, so I'm actually kind of like that in the bedroom, though to be like that for money and to strangers is wild, right? So I'm like that with my girl. Like if I say jump, it's how high in the bedroom. Outside the bedroom, it's kind of the opposite, right? If she says jump, I say how high when it comes to like taking care of the house or buying stuff, stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
but we kind of have like an understanding of that because it's a dominant and submissive. I don't think you can just go be a random dominant instead of a person who's already claimed. So, like, that's wild that he's making you and your wife do that since you have each other.
Right.
So, like, he
And he's
should
really
like.
rude, so he doesn't have a friend group here.
So,
So
is
when he hung
are
out with
in
us for that
your
year, it was like an
relationship, are
everyday
you
thing.
more of the dominant or is your wife more of the dominant?
Like sex wise
Yeah, like
or
in the
in general?
bedroom.
Oh, in the bedroom, I'm the dominant.
Okay, okay. So like it should go without saying. Like so for example, like obviously it's not, but like if me, you, my girl, your girl were ever doing anything, right? Like I would be dominating to my girl and then I would probably be dominating in moments to your girl if you're being dominant in that same area, like you're like, yeah, that's okay. You know what I mean? But I'm not just going to
Oh
be
yeah.
dominating to your girl, and I'm certainly not going to be dominating to you because you're another dominant. Like I would expect you to be dominant with my girl because she's submissive, but like that's almost right. So the reason that my girl is dominant, the reason that I'm allowed to be that way with my girl, but I won't allow any other man to be unless like I'm in the room or like we're doing something as a group or something, which we don't really do. But if we ever were to do that, like it would be because she's a submissive and they have that kind of dominant nature in the room, but like I'm still always going to expect them to respect my dominance of her because my job is to, at the end of the day, keep her safe, period. Like, whether it's at home, in the bedroom, if I'm taking on that responsibility of being in charge of the situation, that means the situation is my responsibility. So, like, I got to take care of her mental health. I've got to take care of her physical health. I've got to take care of all of these things that matter. And when I make my actions and decisions on any level, doing anything, I'm always going to have that in the back of my mind first. So, him doing that with you and your wife, like to some degree, kind of is concerning because, like,
He was tortured, and whenever he won that court case, he signed an NDA and said like, no one's allowed to say anything about this, or I lose all the money.
yeah, no,
And then
it's like,
we we basically kept it a secret with him for forever. And then he said to lie to people if he ever pays us and tell him we won the lottery.
yeah, no, that's
Money. Anyways,
absolutely
we never got a
wild. Like,
penny from him. He was really rude. He was torturous. He drank from our cup. He was just an all-around bastard, dude. And if you actually existed, some random dude on Fortnite that was making someone's dream come true and actually had it come true, I would love to rub it in his face and be like, "Fuck you! Not
nah,
everyone's
so you
evil
know
like your
what?
devil
As
ass."
much as that is something you'd want to do, you shouldn't. You know what you should do, man? You should never give him a second more of your energy in life. Because it sounds like he's already stolen enough of it, you know? That's
Honestly, yeah, he took a lot of
if it
energy.
was your wife, like, and she was being
And
messed
he
up to
knew
you for like
he
10 years,
he knew
I'd
our
tell you to always
situation,
do your
like
best to
our
work it out.
he knew our situation, like how poor we were, and he took advantage of that, and he would even make fun of me for it sometimes.
Yeah,
He was really
that's
rude
just
and
not a good
demeaning.
person. Like, that
Um,
would have, like, see, so, like, I'm not a violent individual, right? But, like, if somebody was doing that to me and my wife, like, hmm,
yeah, it was
I'm not going to say
torture.
anything on here. I'm just going to say things would be interesting for that person from now on.
I I was trying to take care of my family,
Oh,
and
yeah, yeah, no,
I
I get
felt
that.
like if I just put up with him, then I'd be okay. And then once I start the business and make the money, then I'll be okay and wouldn't have to worry about nothing ever.
Yeah, but,
I'd be able
like,
to just keep making.
it's
But then
so
it
it's
never
not
worked
so
out
much
that
like
way.
you, right? It's kind of on his side. Like the fact that he's being that way with you're submissive and then treating you as if you're a submissive. Because, like, if he's in the bedroom, he can kind of see how you behave in the bedroom. If he's in the household, he can kind of see how you behave in the household. He can see all these
Yeah,
things because he's in your personal, intimate life. He should have
yeah.
enough respect to be like, oh, okay, I'm a dominant. This person's a dominant. So obviously this is his submissive. I'm always going to be like respectful to him, make sure that if I do anything with her, it's okay by him. If I'm going to
Oh
do
no, for
anything with
sure. He would
him, it
never
should
do
be
anything
okay
with my
by him.
girlfriend.
Like that should.
Remember, I told you he's gay,
Oh, yeah, yeah, I know, but I'm saying like that should always be. Or if he's
but
doing
he was
anything with
controlling to
you,
my
he should
girlfriend a
be
specific
okaying
kind
it
of
with your
way.
girlfriend. Does that make sense too? Like if he's doing
Like with my
anything with your
girlfriend, he'd be
girl,
like, "Why isn't she replying to me? Why isn't she writing me back right away? Why isn't she answering my calls?" And it would only be like 10 minutes. He would be so controlling to where when he writes me, he would call and hang up to where my phone,
I think
rings and
so.
then
This
hangs
is
up.
what I think it was probably in his weird mind of thinking. He's probably looking for like a harem of submissives, right?
Yeah.
But then you're not a submissive. Does that make sense? Like, so even if you're exploratory in the bedroom, submissives are submit. Like when you work in the adult industry, you very quickly realize this: submissive people are submissive, and dominant people are dominant, and they really don't change well. Because when submissive people become dominant, they become very vindictive and controlling and mean and evil. And when
That makes sense
dominant
because
people,
he's a bottom. He's a bottom, and
right,
and
right.
he keeps telling me I want to be a top.
So
I'm
this is the
scared of
same with my
you.
girl
I'll be
right
a
now, right?
top.
My girl is surrounded by a lot of women who are very submissive, and herself, who is very submissive, and they all have kind of those same mindsets, but they're trying to be dominant. So because they don't know how to be a dominant and they don't know how to be like in that mindset of how do I take care of this person, they just see the power and want that. They're very abusive. They're very angry. They're very loud. They're very self-anointed, right? Like they're like, I can't do any wrong, and it's like you can, and they're like, well, if you can't do any wrong, and it's like, no, no, no. Like I say this to my submissive in certain situations, and now you're taking this into a context where you're like, I can't do wrong in life. No, no, no. I'm accountable. I do a lot of wrong shit and I try to fix it. That's how we work as people. And dominants understand this, but like submissives, so my girl is not good at being accountable and she's not supposed to be because I'm accountable for her. And when she's here, I'm always accountable for her, right? If my girl does something outrageous in public, I'm the one getting in trouble, not her. Because when they start saying something to her, I'm immediately going to jump into it. I'm going to take all that shackle from her. But that's the job
Let
of
me use
a
the
good
restroom real
dominant.
quick. Real.
Yeah, of course. At this point, I could have played another game. I probably should get sleep.
Sorry, I'm back now.
No, no, you're fine. Yeah, so like,
Did you get my add-on Discord? I didn't know if I did
I
it
have
right. I
to
only use it
re-download
for.
it, but I will check. But if not, what time are you going to be on? Like, I can come on sometime today in case it doesn't connect, so that I can get back to you.
I'll get online at probably like 6. No, no, probably 7 p.m. Central. Is that okay?
Central? Yeah, I can do Central. Yeah, absolutely. I'll be here around then.
Because we know I stayed up all night, so after these
No,
appointments and
you're
then
fine.
that, so
I've been up for like 48 hours and then like a 4 hour nap. That's why I'm going to bed too. Um,
damn son.
it's because, dude. So it's my girl. I love her to death, but again, she being a little nightmare.
That gentleman that was fucking with me and my girlfriend, I wish he was normal. Like he was cool and a friend and really polite in the beginning, and then he kind of like I
Yeah.
don't know how
So
you say
again,
it,
I
like
think that's
changed.
what.
And he's not handsome. I have to tell you, he's not handsome.
So I
So
think
mind you, I
that's
mentioned earlier I'm bi, so it's annoying that he's ugly and then flirting with me all the damn time and confessing his love to me all the time and writing me all the time how much he loves me, but then just a dick at the same time. It's really weird.
yeah. It's very
Like everything you described earlier when you said it when a submissive becomes a
yeah, yeah.
dominant
That's
and
all
like
it is. So submissive
acidly, it's literally
personality
what he is.
types. So
Because in his relationships, he's the bottom. He's getting
right, right.
fucked and
So do
he
you
thinks he's
know
like
how
the
like
bitch.
everyone's like, oh, feminists are so annoying and they get so angry at it? Because they're not
Yeah.
accountable, right? So that's the biggest one. They're not accountable. So if you can't be self accountable, you become, um, if you're taking lead roles and you can't be accountable, you become very problematic for everyone around you. So you're going to cause a lot of stress, you're going to cause a lot of anger, aggression, and it's going to be facing you because no matter what they say, you can't be responsible because you're not a dominant personality who can take that kind of heat on yourself. You have to have a better image of yourself. So you have this like personality type who is used to being a princess all the time and being a snowflake and being kind and being gentle, and nobody's ever mean to them because they're always gentle and kind in return, like a submissive. So when you force them to hold strength and when you force them to hold power that they really don't want, they kind of become addicted to it because they're like, oh, well, now I can do anything I want. I'm the best. I'm the best. And they don't realize that a good leader is only a good leader because they don't want to lead. A good dominant is only a good dominant because they don't want to dominate you. They want to teach you how to be the version of yourself that they know you have the potential to be, and then you'll make the right choices on your own. It's just to get you there, and that's what it is. And they don't understand that, so they never let go of those reins. So they have this need for control that squeezes so tight that it kills everything they love. It's really, really bad. So I think what happened with him is probably and essentially that. It's the same thing that's happening with my girl, right? She's around all these other women and they're all unaccountable, but they're all doing this stuff and they all have that personality that they've been given the reins and now they're like, no, I'm always right. I'm always right. And it's like, well, you can't be a dominant and be always right. See, you can always be right if you're right, but when you're wrong, you have to know you're wrong and apologize for it. The reason that, like, a lot of the time I'll say I'm always right is because I won't go into a situation where I don't already know what I've got entirely planned out. So I can only be right because it's only going to go according to plan because that plan is there. But if I put myself in a situation where I don't know what's going on beforehand and I make mistakes, I'm going to admit those mistakes and I'm going to correct and do better. I'm always right when I say I'm always right. I'm not always right all the time. And there's a big difference there. Like, if you ask Elon Musk to build you a rocket ship that he's built before, he's always going to be right when he gives you the calculations. But if you ask him to build a rocket ship that he's never built before, and it's not even a rocket ship, now it's like some kind of robotic plane that he has to hybrid and make, then he's not always going to be right. And he's not going to tell you I'm always right. He's a dominant. He's able to speak to the situation he's in because he has experience guiding. Like, it's very hard to do. So if you give
I have a
Elon
question
Musk a
before you get off the
submissive
mic with me. You
personality,
don't you don't hate me for the buy comment, do you? Because a lot of guys get mad at me when I mention that.
no, why would I care if you're bi,
Oh,
sir? That's
okay, cool.
completely up to you. You like so
Because
even like
sometimes when I
trans
tell
stuff,
my
right?
guy
Like
friends, they freak out.
you
I'm
know
like,
how
what
so
the
many
heck?
people.
I'm not
Oh
even.
yeah, but I worked in the adult industry. Like
I'm not trying to be gay here. I liked when my girlfriend did like ass stuff, and then she just wasn't good at it, and I
so
begged her to
in
be
the
good at
adult
it, and she
industry, what
couldn't
you
thrust.
realize is almost every single guy in the world likes ass stuff, as far as like to a degree, right? So I've never there's almost every single guy that I've ever met who has like their ass eaten is like, wow. Now beyond that, it
Right?
gets like different
Thank
people
you.
don't. But like, yeah, no, and that's because you have your primary glands in that area, so it's always gonna feel good. That's all it is. Now the mental block, I know a lot. It's about half and half, right? So half the guys have that mental block, half the guys don't. Um, but like as far as like in the industry, like LGBT and all that, we had all that constantly. So it wasn't really like an out of place thing, kind of just really comfortable with it. It's just, I think so. LGBT and all that stuff going all crazy
Hey,
haywire.
Timothy.
I think it's just because like
Okay.
how they wanted to do it, right? Like they didn't, adult stuff has to stay adult stuff. That's just how it is. And
I I wanted her to perform better, and she wasn't too good at it, so she told me just to have a guy do it. But I'm not gay. Then, like, I asked a friend of mine who was gay to see if I can try it to see if I was, and I liked it a lot. So then, ever since then, my girlfriend, not a lot, ever since then, my girlfriend allowed me to see him once every, like, what you said, twice a year.
yeah, yeah, no, like that's I think what you
And
do
it's
in the
not
bedroom,
fun by
dude,
any
is what you
means
do in the
because
bedroom. I got no
it,
judgments of you in your bedroom life. You should be as long as you're happy and you're not like doing risky stuff and like trying to get diseases and stuff. I think you're perfectly
oh, for
fine. Like
sure.
we
For
just
sure.
have
I heard like gay people have diseases, so I always make
I
sure
mean,
I'm
let's
not.
put it
You
this
might be
way.
just
So
jealous of
you're
my
in a
girlfriend.
loving relationship, right? Most people aren't.
Yeah,
So
that's
if
scary.
like you're if you have a kinky bedroom life, but you have a long loving relationship, I think that's more successful than somebody who doesn't have a kinky bedroom life but can't keep a relationship and is always struggling to be like with the wrong woman. So like you're more successful in relationships than I am because I'm not with somebody who's like gunning for me every single day. You know, she's still learning. She's still learning to be a better partner. It's still taking her time to adjust. And she's come miles. Like, my girl is amazing in 1,000 ways. I have no complaints in that area. Other than these last 5 days, my girl has. So, for the first 2 years, she was very problematic. But also, I'm a very hard person to date, right? So, like, she's not dating your average person who just like does average people shit. And like the first time that she ever like went to a club and danced with another guy, and I found out, and I was like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "Well, you've been cheating on me," and I'm like, "No, I haven't." And she's like, "Yes, you have," and like go through all my stuff, and then she's like, "Well, I really thought you were doing stuff," and I'm like, "Right," and I understand that because most people do. I was like, "No, but this is different." So like, just being able to be with me took her a long time because like then we would be having a conversation, and I'm like, "Why don't you know this math?" And then she's like, "Well, nobody knows this math," and I'm like, "What are you talking about? This basic calculus. Watch." So like things like this would then they irritate me. She wouldn't have to deal with that if she was with somebody in her own social area when we met. So she took about 2 years to get really to the point where she was what I would call wife material. Um, but she has been like she's had so many amazing moments and amazing developments. I appreciate all of the time being with her. And I don't want to end the relationship. I simply, and I almost feel a little bit annoyed with myself because, again, it's only been 5 days that she's been distempered. Um, but like, it's so frustrating because, like, every day we're dealing with this. And, like, I'm going to have a heart attack if I don't talk about something soon that's more interesting than her sister. And I'm just like, I'm serious. It's so
No, I hear
frustrating.
you.
I can't do it. I don't know what to do in this situation. I need her to be better.
I have to get my kid to his appointment and leave right now. I'll
Yeah,
play
of
with you
course. Have a
tonight
great
and we
day.
can chit chat more. I appreciate you for not being I don't know, I don't want to be use this word and sound like a dickhead, but dumb. I like how you're an intellectual who I can bullshit with about random
Yeah,
topics.
no, it's a lot nicer to talk about businesses and science and art than it is to
AI,
trash
permanent
talk other
planets. We
humans
could
all
talk
the
shit
time.
about Jesus and demons more later.
Yeah, so actually, I don't really have anything to do with demons. That's a whole nother story. But I can't go to hell or heaven. That's
We could,
nothing.
we could talk about dimensions then.
Yeah, so I'm 99.99.99.100% sure. Yep, 100% sure that I understand the entirety of the afterlife. And much like every other time when I pass away in this life, I will die with a smile on my face and my eyes closed, unlike most people who don't. And I have that look of terror because I've died so many times. Maybe they are simulations, maybe they're not. Either way, it doesn't matter, simulation or not. Like I've died a lot, so at this point, like I'm so comfortable with all that kind of stuff. I don't really worry about devils or demons at all. If I got stuck in hell, it wouldn't be a big deal. I've been there 9 times, so I burned
Jeez.
for in total, I've been inside of fiery pits, burning my flesh off and like suffering and screaming at first, but then you get used to it. I've done that like literally for close to 42 million years ish. So I'm not really worried about doing that again if that's this time around. Um, I just
Spook.
don't have those kind of worries anymore.
I don't have any memories of my past lives in hell, so like that sounds like you
It's
have an
not
old
a past
soul.
life in hell, so I purposely so I'm So I've worked my brain really, really hard so I can introspect into things and live in them for like a long time with a mixture of Amentia and Salvia. And I purposely will go into introspect into like photos of hell and then live inside of that environment in an alternative life on purpose so I can experience hell. So yeah, I've
Spook. I gotta talk to you more about this later, but I really gotta go.
all
It's
right, have a
interesting.
great
You
day,
just
man.
opened a whole new door, dog. Alrighty, see ya.
Later.